Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Game Week 36 live stream. Ominous from Chris there, Captain, right before we come on. This should be a good one. That's worried me a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be some carnage or something tonight. I don't think he said that in 36 weeks so far. This should be a good one. So maybe reading into that a bit too much, Benno, but this should be a good one. So I'll repeat his words.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, obviously with the events of today, it'd be nice to have something that we could all kind of lose ourselves in. Obviously, for most everyone will be aware that the Queen passed away not long ago. But as I said to these guys, this game came out during a really difficult time for lots and lots of people. And it's kind of, that's how we should continue with this game. That's my feeling for it anyway. You know, it was a game that was there in dark times for a lot of people. Lots of stories on Discord about things that have happened to people when this game came along and saved them. So in the spirit of that, I think we should just crack on with it, with what should be there's only 3 weeks left of what could be the last time we play this game. So let's try and enjoy it, I say.
Yeah, let's try and enjoy it. Could be our last stream together as well, Benno. I know we'll do other like Sky and stuff, but so we've done enough ChampMan pods together over the season. So it's good that we've found time to get another one in together before the end. So so straight into the teams, I guess, unless there's anything in the chat to kick us off with. Let me just catch up with the chat. I've not as prepared as I should be tonight. Looks like it's okay for now.
We've got Pompkino in, John Shanley, Ryan Nurse, Cobbler, repeat offenders. Dave Gills is in. Raman Nathan's in. Yeah.
I'll just quickly apologise to everyone as well. I've got no idea why my camera's in some sort of sepia mode. That's not me trying to be posh or different or difficult or anything to do with today's events. I basically can't work out how to change it. So you've got me in sepia today. So yeah. What you got there to start with, Ben? What drink you got? I've got my gin and Lucasade at the ready. So I'm back on the gin and Lucasade today.
Right. Well, I bought a load of 3.8 session dead ponies for my daughter's first birthday party, and not many people drink.
Dead pony.
Yeah. Not many people drink at 1-year-old birthday parties. It turns out. So I've got a surplus of dead ponies in my fridge. So I'm going to be drinking on them tonight.
I just taken in the wrong context. That sounds quite funny. Anyway, onto the good stuff. So we'll start at release number 1. So Aston Villa, Newcastle. A bit disappointed here for me that Lee Hendry's got no up arrow because I've got him playing in this game. Actually, Danny Tieto hasn't got an up arrow either in the Man City game. So I've noticed that a few times in my team. I've got wingers with good fixtures and none of them have got up arrows, which is a little bit annoying. Not that they can't return in that situation, but I'd rather see the up arrow than not see it. But Villa, I guess close to first choice. Alpay and Melberg are 2 centre-backs. Balaban up front because Dublin's out. Other than that, Ian Taylor's playing centre mid. Boateng is the normal player in that position. He's not around it. I'm guessing he's injured. Oh, no, he's on the bench. So Boateng on the bench. Taylor, a rare appearance for season 1 or season 2 legend, Ian Taylor? Both?
Season 2, I reckon. More so than season 1, wasn't he? I think. Just to let you know, I have not looked at the lineup, so it's all news to me. I'm hoping I've got 11 out. I've only had 12 available players before the lineup. So you say Hendry's playing, yeah?
Yeah, Hendry's playing.
That's good. It's a good start.
On to Newcastle, some changes out wide. Mr. Regen, Mike Hyde, is back in on the left wing, and Gavilan with a rare start right wing. Kieran Dyer playing centre mid with Stephen Hughes. Not sure if we've seen him centre mid before, Kieran Dyer. I tend to play him in centre mid when I played a game as a manager for some reason. I've managed England with him before at centre mid. Probably not his best position, but he can still do okay there if you've got Kieran Dyer ahead of Newcastle's double next week. Shearer and Amiobi up front. Main news for them. Blackburn against Middlesbrough. Blackburn seem like they're close to first choice. Nothing completely random in there. Burton O'Brien's still playing in centre mid. So anyone on wild card looking for a 4.5 probably could have done. He may have even be the best one now for the duration. Janssen and Bent up front, Crouch still on the bench. Then on to Middlesbrough. My boys are both at centre-back again, Oncho and Southgate, so hoping they can do okay tonight. I'm starting both of them. Atherton and Fester both play. The little midfield both run into the AMC role, Miller and Salakovic. with Zepeda and Gronkia, and then it's Rob Earnshaw again up front with Hamilton, Ricard. Nothing too notable there. No striker on the bench. Maybe is notable, but they could always move Selakovic up front if need be and bring Marinelli on. So there's no old man Boxic hasn't made it onto the bench, but they've obviously got the potential to shuffle around. Bolton, I guess no one really cares about them anymore. I don't think anyone's got any of their assets now. They've got a double next week. I contemplated getting Jaskalainen in as my keeper. I did manage to fuck up my goalkeepers this week by I wanted to take Kirkland out because obviously he's not playing anymore.
Yeah.
Instead I took Betterton out instead. So I did manage to change my keeper. So I've got a good goalkeeper. I've got Robinson in goal. But obviously meant to get Robinson in for Kirkland. And like an idiot, I've got Robinson in for Betterton. So I've done myself out of $1 million basically. So I hope I don't need that in the next 2 weeks.
Well, I made the same move. Well, Kirkland to Robinson for me, -4 though. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, got to be done. Had to be done really. So
yeah, I got him in and Captain Everson. I wanted to be a bit random. I was going to captain Danny Tiato.
Here are teams now as well as we're going. So go on, carry on.
Yeah, so I almost captain Danny Tiato, but I went Everson. So that's Bolton. No real changes there. Chelsea, Holden's at right back. Terry Desai both play. Petit and Butt in the middle. Zola has won the battle to start on the right. I know David Gills has got Christensen, I think, in his team. He's not even on the bench. Zola could get the full 90 here. The bench is absolutely awful for Chelsea. It's Jasper Redding, Tobias Sauer, Keith Russell, and John Kennedy. That's the state of the Chelsea bench today. I couldn't even tell you what positions half of those people play. So it's a right shambles of a bench for Chelsea. Gudjonsson, who I've got, is up front with Leon Knight, who was in the league. Is that all of team 2? No, Leeds. So I've sold Hamilton, Henrik Larsson to get Everson in to captain him. The leak scared me a bit with Robbie Keane. I wasn't sure exactly where he was going to play.
Yeah.
He's AMC with the up arrow, and Larsson is up front with Viduka.
Oh shit.
So I've taken that out ahead of home to Arsenal and the double next week. Might not have been too sensible. Kuehl and Bowyer in centre midfield. So Alex is on the bench. Michael Hardy. The extra pod I did with Dave this week, when we kind of thought this might be a double up arrow game for the wing backs, and in that situation Hart might not start. We may get Hardy, who started earlier in the season when they had a double up arrow at right back. So it is him, Hardy at right back, Singh at left. Ian Hart's not even on the bench either, so I don't know where he is. But those two are going to get the full 90, I think. No defender on the bench either for Leeds. So Ferdinand, Woodgate and Dewberry, if you've got any of them, they should be safe for the full 90 in this. And I think the big news in this game is Viduka is right centre forward, and left centre back for Arsenal is Matt Clark. He has played earlier in the year, and I can't remember exactly what his attributes are, but I'm assuming he's not one of their better options at centre back. So anyone that's got, I think a lot of people own Viduka because of recent game weeks and that double next week. Those that are on him as captain wanted to go a bit different to maybe the popular Phillips move. In terms of sort of matchups, have probably got it really good this week with Viduka playing against Clark. And Arsenal a bit worrying. They're quite open here. Bergkamp's playing centre midfield with an up arrow. I'm guessing his attributes aren't great to be playing centre mid. So if you've got Bowyer or Kuehl or even Robbie Keane, I think you've probably got some good possibilities. So I think Leeds could actually score 3 or 4 in this game now, seeing that Arsenal lineup.
Yeah, I've got vice captain Viduka, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, it looks a good one in terms of most of the time when we feel a real obvious mismatch in matchups, it tends to work out. So yeah, and then on to Liverpool. Obviously, we knew they haven't got no goalkeeper anymore, so Dave Atkinson is in goal. I don't think we know his attributes because he's a greyed out goalkeeper, but he's in goal, and there's no keeper on the bench. So if he is really shit and then does something really stupid and gets sent off, God knows who's going in goal then. Because I recognise the names of all of the substitutes, so there's not another greyed out goalkeeper on the bench. So we're going to end up with an outfield player in goal if Mr. Atkinson does something stupid. Interesting choice for people that had Hippier, because obviously we knew that we was going to have likely to have a bad goalkeeper. I don't have a Liverpool defender, but I think I'd be a bit nervous if I did. I don't expect Leicester to have loads of shots against them tonight, but even 2 or 3 could be enough to do some damage, couldn't it? If this goalkeeper was as bad as what maybe people fear he is. And they could be even worse next week away to Man United. Yeah. But
anyone with
if
hip
it's
here,
gonna-
that's might not be great.
No, if they get any sort of information about Ruud next week, it's a double, and he's got Dave Atkinson against him. It could be an absolute field day. If you still own Ruud. Other than that, it's Fowler and Littman up front. I don't really like either of the Leicester centre backs particularly, so that could be good. Partridge, I think, is one of the better owned players. He's playing left midfield. On to Leicester, a little bit of a change formation. No dipped forward tonight, so it is a normal 4-4-2. Scowcroft is up front with Benjamin. Is it, as the league confirmed, is back with Disley in midfield, Edie and McAnuff out wide. No one cares about their defenders. Then on to Man City, a few popular players in this one. One Chop starts. The midfield is Teato, Wright, Flitcroft and Svensson. So I think that's the more common midfield. No up arrows for any of those four. But anyone that's got Man City mids, I think the sim data had Man City looking good here. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of teams have got at least one of those four in midfield. So I've got a feeling one of those might get a double figure return tonight. It's just you need to be on the side of the good luck, don't you, to have the one that does it. I've got Teato on corners and pens. Hopefully that gives him a bit more chance, but far from guaranteed. On to Ipswich, random formation for them. I think they're going to win the award this week, Ipswich, for running the least distance, because there's no arrows in sight in this whole team. Back three, Heriderson, Bramble, Doherty's in the back three, Holland in the DM role. We'll get to him in a minute. He had released an interesting tweet today, if you saw it, Matt Holland. But he's in the DM role. Craney and Tarico as the wing backs. Fotheringham and Bakker both just those two in centre midfield, but no arrows. And it's Armstrong and Harris up front. Marcus Stewart not in the squad. I say that was the news today from Matt Holland's Twitter account, that he's got motor neurone disease.
I saw that. Yeah, shocking. It's really sad, isn't it?
It would have been a nice thing tonight if he could have been involved in a goal or something. But say he's not even on the bench, which is a bit of a shame. We could be cheering him on tonight to have some involvement. On to the fourth game. So Norwich, Nolan's playing with a back arrow from centre midfield. I don't think anyone else cares about them. And then Man United, close to full strength. He's certainly not a rep team, but Hugo Ekiog isn't playing. It's Johnson and Rocco Jr., so people might have carried him through. Midfield is Giggs, Nedved, Dunn and Chadwick. Van Nistelrooy is up front with leaked Paul Scholes.
I think Hugo's suspended, isn't he? Because he's in my team still, and I benched him on the pretext that it was bread.
Okay,
so I think he's on a suspension. So that's why he's not playing. Unless, like you said, there might be one or two partial things in that team.
Lowe's that took a punt on Jordic. I know he's a 4.5 mid and maybe preparing for maybe some rep in the coming weeks. He's on the bench, so you might, if you played him tonight in the hope of some rep, you may get some minutes off him. Probably quite likely. I imagine he comes on.
Yeah, this is the thing as well, because we know that once the league's done, they can the chance of them rotating goes through the roof. It's less to do with rep. It's to do with the fact that they've won the competition. So when there's talk, it could be like 30%, 40%. Luke, who's in the know, says it's around about that. But we know from the past that sometimes when there is that rotation, often it's the bench. It's not even the first 11. So maybe this is an occasion where it's a bit of a rotated bench.
I'd say he might be an option for next week for 4.5. But it's not the worst idea in the world if you've got a punter at 4.5 to throw him in and hope. He's in the best team at the end of the day, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I'm jettisoning all my United players just because you don't want to be sitting there with three of them, and they're bound to do something before the end, I reckon.
I've got to roll a dice on a striker next week against Liverpool with that no goalkeeper. I've got to do it. I don't know which one. Yeah, hopefully we get information. On to Sunderland quickly. Lieber and Phillips up front. Really good game for the wingers. Arca, I think, could be a great asset tonight. Is playing left wing. I think there was some fear in the community that they may rep. And when they rep, he normally doesn't play, but he is playing. Till on the other side, I quite like Michael Gray as well. I almost got him in. I mentioned him on the chat in the pod earlier in the week. He's playing left back, so maybe something from him. Nothing else too wild from them. Watford, Petkoff plays. Venazza and Hargreaves in midfield with him. Chris Johnson even up front with Tommy Smith. Finally, the last two games, my captain starts, Stefan Everson. Darren Anderton playing centre mid. I think that's quite rare, isn't it, for Tottenham? Him and Davis together. Barber keeping his place on the right. Other than that, Fugelstad left back, Everington starts. I think someone was talking in the Discord about 20 minutes before the deadline about Everington. He's playing though. Bradford, Gunnarsson is back, back in centre back with Brooms. I think this is the first time for a while. Other than that, not much to talk about. And then quickly, Coventry, no up arrows anywhere for them either. I don't think anyone really cares though. It's Joachim and Hughes up front. Decent little run to end the season for them though, if you're punting. And then Everton, finally, no arrows for the wing-backs in this game. Naismith or McAteer, 3 at the back. Di Matteo in DM. Titoff has got an up arrow in centre midfield next to Gravison, Campbell and Christie up front. So that's all the teams 4 minutes before the end. You got 11 players out there, Benno?
I think so, yeah. I've got a full complement there, which is really good on a -4. So my move this week was Shearer to Phillips, captain. I had Viduka captain last week. He's vice this week. I've got one chop up front. Mainly, I'm just hoping that it's all about the strikers this week. I'm playing 3-4-3. Not expecting much from the midfield. If Henry got a few points, that'd be good. I don't think he'd be that popular at the minute. I've got Partridge, Bakker, and Petkov, and then at the back I've got Tarico, Desai, and Issa. So I'm hoping Issa might get something today. Although Watford generally score even when they get battered, don't they? So
yeah.
We'll see. But
my midfield's always bad. And this week I've got Hendry, Partridge, and Tiato. I've got really high hopes this week. I might get something out of my midfield. I'm fully expecting 3 lots of 2 points come the end of the street.
Yeah, that's not bad. But not a bad little trio, is it? That we'll see. We'll see.
So yeah,
but yes, high scoring game. I think Sunderland might pace Watford. I know they haven't been pasted as much as people would have expected, but I've got a suspicion Phillips might haul. I think he's going to be that most highly owned captain, surely. Have you captain?
I haven't got him.
You've got Everson. Have you got him at all?
No. So I took the punt. I took the punt the other week when everyone captained him when he didn't turn up, and I put one chop cap. I got one chop in and captained him, and he's got a hat trick. Nice. I made a lot of ground up that week, so I've gone again, taking on Phillips again. This time he's turned up though. So I was kind of hoping he didn't turn up again, but.
And have you managed to crawl yourself into the top 100 now?
I'm in. For the first 3 seasons it's taken me to get into the top 100. I finally got to official rank 97.
Nice.
That moment for me that I've made it into the top 100 for the first time in 3 seasons.
Oh, also as well, we've got to put a shout out for the Mark Libra Cup because Mana Martin, he's currently leading Luke, isn't he? Going into the second leg.
It's not man on Martin. I don't think it's a different
Isn't
Martin.
It?
Yeah. He wasn't high enough ranked to qualify for the Mark Libra Cup. He's doing worse than me. Don't give him any credit. He's doing worse than me.
Who is it? David Gills. He's in the chat. I'm sure it's Martin somebody, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Martin Phillips, I want to say.
Okay. Exactly. Anyway, he's in front of him, isn't he? At semi-final stage. It could be huge. Someone's got to stop him from getting the double. I think he's got a healthy lead, but I do know that Luke's got a couple of chips left, so that could be interesting. It's Martin C. Phillips. Sorry, man, on Martin. You're shit, and you're not in the top 100.
It shows how bad the man on group pod about this every week, and I'm 97th, and I'm doing the best out of the 4. It doesn't bode well, does it? That we're all that far behind. We're meant to be somewhat experts. We don't play like it. We talk like
20,
it. We don't play
25 points ahead he is in front of Luke Williams. But as I say, he's probably playing a chip. If he's bothered about the cup, he's probably playing a chip tonight to try and claw that back. Maybe he'll jump in the chat later on, and we can keep an eye on that score. If maybe Dave Girls, you can keep us abreast of what's happening in that tie.
I've got to go for Tottenham as I do think Man City Ipswich will be quite high scoring. That could be like 4-2 or something in that game. But I've got to punt on Tottenham. I've said for ages I'm not going to punt Tottenham players. I don't like any of them. And I've caved in game week 36 and got one.
We're off. Viduka to score first.
What's happened there? Oh, smashed in the back of the head right on the kickoff. How's he got?
Oh, he's gone triple captain, or captain fantastic. Luke Disable has to catch him up. So that's obviously triple and double captain and vice captain.
I'm not sure he's captained either. Is he Captain Viduka?
I reckon he's gone Phillips.
Phillips, yeah.
Surely he's gone Phillips. Tell us, Luke.
He's the. I don't think he'll go without Phillips for this.
No.
Only idiots like me go without Phillips for this. I don't think there's too many people in the community that've got no Phillips tonight.
Here we go.
John Eustace, first goal scorer. No one called that, did
Of course
they?
it was. Oh.
I like them for the next couple of weeks, Coventry. I sarcastically said on the preview the other night that I'd get Callum Davenport in. But a couple of their players, the Headman was a viable option in goal. I looked at that Matthias guy on the left wing as well as maybe a cheap way in.
Did you see that? The goalkeeper who usually works part-time in the club shop for Liverpool. Yeah, Luke's gone there. Luke's gone there, Kev.
Yeah, that's good. And on what could be classified as quite a miserable day for a lot of people, if Kevin Phillips then blanks as well. I'll be celebrating from the rooftops if Kevin Phillips does nothing. Because I'm assuming most people are going to sell him next week as well. They probably paid a hit to get him in, then they're probably going to sell him next week for another hit. So if he blanks as captain in between, ideal for me.
Oh, here we go. Look, Martin Phillips on a -8 with Phillips captain, one shot vice captains. That's a 17-point lead now, unless Luke's taking a hit, and he's captain got the same captain as him. Who have you vice captain, Luke?
He's vice captain Hippier, I think he said, because he was at home. I think he said on the Discord.
Really? With that shit keeper?
Yeah, it's not for me, Ben.
Yeah,
it's not. I was trying to advise people, well, not advise, but I think anyone that's asked me this week for any opinions or anything, I've been trying to get them to take Hippier out their teams, not get him in. And I certainly don't think I would have put a chip on him.
He's giving it the big, and now he's 150 points in front with 2 weeks to go.
I don't know what to this goalkeeper could have 20 handling and 20 reflexes, right? We just don't know.
He could have one for those two. He could. Festa first goal. Ooh.
I'll just take a Borough clean. I've got 4 double Chelsea defence and double Borough defence, both playing away. So I'm hoping I'll get some bonus points off the 4 of them. But if one or both teams can keep a clean sheet as well, hopefully, especially Borough. Because I think Chelsea double up defence is reasonably common. So I don't think I'll gain too much on that. But I'm not sure how many have got double Borough. Good place to be, though, because I've got 2 home games in the final 2 game weeks. So I'm quite happy to have double Borough defence now because probably got the best 2 fixtures outside those with the doubles.
Nice.
This will kick me in the arse straight away if Bolton score in the first 4 minutes. Probably Ramberg does something outrageous.
Fuck off, Pedersen. What's he doing?
What does he think he is?
Stopping. He's running down the ring. He's gone
full Neymar, isn't he?
What is going on here?
I can't believe Nicky.
This is outrageous. He's moved to the left. He swiveled on the ball. He's took on Butt again.
Nicky Butt was always going to hack him, right?
Yeah. All right, fair dues. He's fucking about showboating.
Where's the league table? I've not looked at the league table for a couple of weeks, to be fair. Are they safe now, Bolton? Are they in a luxurious position to start showboating?
I'm not sure. Captain might put us up. Here we go. They weren't in the bottom. They weren't bottom there, were they? So
last time I was on, which is the last time I really looked at the league table, it was quite close down there.
Leeds need the points, you know. It's very, very close. Top 3 to 5. It's the, race for the Champions League. It's pretty good. Oh, who's that? Brannigan.
Brannigan.
Armstrong.
There's the early goal. I said Man City, which might have goals. There's
nice.
Probably good news for those who are attacking Man City assets. They'll be less inclined to go a bit more defensive with their tactic, won't they? If they're 1-0 down.
This Fotheringham guy, who is he? Is he? He sounds like, I don't know, like someone who, like a clerk who works for, I don't know, in Baker Street and from the 1960s or something. Mr. Fotheringham.
Celtic, right? He's not bad on this game.
Mr. Fotheringham.
It sounds like a Mrs. Fotheringham would sound like they belong in Open All Hours or one of those sort of old TV programs.
That's what I mean. Yeah, something like that. Oh man, but he's been smashing it, hasn't he?
He's been one of those steady ones.
He's really someone who's just not been on my radar at all. He's at the price that he's just not been on my radar all season.
Andy Martin had him for a bit, I think. I don't know if he's still got him now or how long he had him for, but I'm pretty sure he owned him for a bit.
Nearly an assist for Tarico.
He's one of those in that category like Titoff. If you get him for the certain games, they will do okay for you. Like I own Titoff for a fair chunk of time. I don't really feel like I got a lot out of him, to be fair, but I'm sure if you looked at the total points tables at the end of the year, he'll be one of the better people at his price point.
Yeah.
But He hasn't done that well, really. It's Partridge, isn't it? If you've had Partridge for the second half of the season, apart from maybe some of the last few game weeks, because he's played well the last a couple of times lately, which has pissed me off. Because I brought him in should have brought him in ages ago. I didn't. Finally did get him in, then he missed 2 games unexpectedly. Come Everton. A load of sort of players no one got. David Weir probably impacts no one outside of those with outside of Headman owners.
Yeah, goal everybody wanted.
I think captain's got Naismith in his dead team, so he's an assist. I don't know how that's going between captain and Panda, the dead team stakes, but because one's got I'm guessing Panda's got Panda must have McAteer, and captain's got Naismith, so could be a decisive goal. There is Paul Scholes, popular transfer in this week, understandably.
Oof.
You can't put people off getting him in, could you? A nailed striker for Man United away to Norwich.
No, that's it. FPL captain's top. Here we go. Scholes goal. Boom.
Yep. Well done to everyone that did it. It was
fair play. I mean, he's a great. I mean, I couldn't do it because of just worrying him about him not playing in the double, and just don't want to have that. I'm just going to focus on Leeds, I think, in the double.
It's not normally a punt position midfield, is it? I know it's not a punt, but as you say, it's probably a 1 week move, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially if you're not going to captain him, is it worth getting him in for a hit for 1 week?
Viduka? Ooh.
But yeah, anyone at a luxury spot in midfield, I'd say it was. You've got to put yourself in any sort of lottery. It's a midfielder playing up front for Man United. Don't score Larson. He's going to score. I bet he scores a couple tonight now, taking him out. Larson.
Shit.
Or we're going to get a Westerveld, I should say, not Westerveld. Westerveld super keeper game. He hasn't been as good for Arsenal, has he, as what he was for Blackburn? It felt like for Blackburn, he was quite regularly like having a super keeper type game.
Yeah.
He was a bit like the Nick Pope of FPL, I think, Westerveld, it felt like in Champions Season 2. But strangely for Arsenal, understandably, he's facing less shots, but he doesn't seem to be saving as many.
Ooh.
Does a Norwich goal hurt a lot of people tonight? I suppose there's a few Sylvester owners still around, so that clean sheet can still get wiped out, can't it, if Norwich managed to score? Come on, Tottenham. Can we at least have some comms from Tottenham?
Yeah.
I'd rather either have 8 shots and miss them all than not be involved at all.
Well, check it out. Bradford are 14 points ahead of Tottenham, so Tottenham are shit, aren't they, in this particular game? But Everson is he's just such a shame. We've just not really seen the best of him in the 3 seasons that we've had. Oh,
that's a big goal. He's a popular player, isn't he? Emma and Ricard. I spoke about those good Borough fixtures the next 2 weeks.
Fucking hell, he just keeps returning. He is a great player. I mean, he keeps returning in these away games as well.
Yeah, if someone at the end of the season does some sort of team of the season, I'd probably expect him to be in. He's definitely justified his price, right? If you've held him all year at that price, you ain't done bad out of him.
It's nice to see a home and away, point scoring.
I had him a little bit early on in the season, but I've never quite managed to get him back in.
You can fuck off, man. Oh,
was it the partner? He's one of those. I'm always fighting between him and One Chop. I've usually only got space for a spot for one of those two with maybe the 2 premiums.
Here we go.
No. On the boy.
Come on then, Issa off the corner. Issa. Oh, fuck off. Cahill.
He's my boy, isn't he, at Madzidas? He's my favourite.
Come on, Issa.
If I ever needed my favourite keeper to have a big game, is tonight. I don't own him, but I'd love it if he could do me a favour here at Madzidas.
Come on then, Viduka. Ooh, getting a lot of matches.
That's about 5 saves already, I think.
Oh, no.
He's in there again.
Here we go.
How many chances is this?
Diving at it. Oh. Fucking hell.
He is. I can already see that. I think last week he had 9 shots and 7 on target or something for Viduka. We could be looking at something quite similar to that here.
He's fucking flying again, isn't he? Flying.
That Clark is not going to get anywhere near stopping him having chances, I don't think.
No.
Pen.
Oh,
go on.
It's a pen.
Danny Tieto, my vice captain. Is he taking pen?
No, he's going to give you to one chop, isn't he? Here we go.
Send him off. Oh, yellow.
He's going to miss it, mate.
He will, because that keeps Rico's clean sheet if he misses it. Yes. I almost captained him as well. I was so close to captaining him. He's Julian Dixed it down the middle, isn't he?
That's shit, because I've got Tarico. So anything I want in that game has got to be coming from one shot. But
I'm livid with myself for not taking the punt now. I really, really wanted to captain him corners, penalties in a game where they're due to score the most goals. But I know Luke said numerous times before, midfield, so hit and miss. Doesn't seem the place to throw an armband on someone unless you're Veron.
No.
And I bottled it and caved in and got Everson in and captained him. Still, I think he was like 1.6% owned this week. So that's decent differential goal there.
That's good, yeah.
Here comes Everton. They're going to score again against Coventry, are they? Everyone else's nemesis, Malcolm Christie. Yeah, 2-0.
Oh, someone sold him for one shot up the chat. Who was that? Someone did. Let yourself be known. Sold Christie for one shot.
If I was going to list the players that have sort of been my trolls for this season, he's definitely in.
Yeah,
he's up front with. Yeah. I don't know if Henry still qualifies. He trolled me enough times when I triple captained him, and he got me. He did quite well for me out of it. I don't know if that one sort of feat is enough to get him off the troll list, Thierry Henry, but he's a contender for being on there. Matt Jansen's definitely on there.
Oh my God, fuck Matt Jansen. Fuck's sake, man. We got absolutely burnt by Blackburn and went back there again like a total cunt.
Yeah, Jansen qualifies. I say, what's his name? Christie. I sold him for a hit the week he scored hat-trick, didn't I? That's like top troll status of everyone.
Yeah.
Henrik Larsson's not done well for me either. I got him in for a hit last week, didn't turn up, and I've taken him out again this week, and he's playing. That might be enough to qualify for troll status. Everson might qualify as well. Or Partridge assist. Ooh. Come on, Leicester. Just throw everyone forward and see if you can have a shot at this goalkeeper. I'm hoping they have some shots, Leicester, this week, because it might be a clue for next week with Liverpool.
Yeah.
If Liverpool will dominate that game, let's be fair, it could easily be Leicester only have like 2 or 3 shots in that game. So it's more than possible they might only have like 1 shot on target or something, which isn't really going to teach us anything. But it'd be nice if Leicester can have a little bit of a go. He's in there again, Ricard, isn't he? Oh, it's Charlie Miller. I think Martin might still have him. He got him in a while ago, Charlie Miller. A little bit of decent differential punt with, so he always plays with that up arrow, doesn't he? So I think it's about 6 mil. So no, you're not too bad for a punt for the run-in.
What's going on in the Mark Libra Cup day, Gills? I've got a suspicion that Luke's got
Viduka again. That must be about 6 chances for Viduka. Westerveld's having a right game here.
Fuck's sake. Fucking come on, Squarehead, sort it out.
He's super key for Westerveld. We've waited 36 game weeks for this.
Oh man.
It's not good for Arsenal. They're playing.
He's spunked his load already, Viduka, hasn't he? His shot load.
They've got defensive mentality and they've got Svard and Clark in the back 4. That's surely asking for trouble, right?
Yeah.
Here's Taylor.
Give it to Hendry. Not Hadji.
The other side, he's on the other side.
Oh, ball back.
Oh, fair play. Gills, and on the differentials we highlighted on the pod this week. Gills put Balaban as his midfielder, striker to watch, and Tieto as his midfielder to watch, and they both scored. There's a lesson. Listen to Gills. Don't listen to me, because none of my 2 players have done anything. No, Phillips.
Issa. Oh, for fuck's sake, Teal, what are you doing?
I didn't realise he was on corners. I say they've got wing-back team tonight, Sunderland, and a wing-back team, Bolton, in game week 38. And so I didn't realise he was on corners. Knowing that, he's a decent punt for these 2 games. Corners against 2 wing-back teams. What's Babiaro doing shooting? Where's Good Johnson? 3 towering forces in that game. Good Johnson, Desai, and Terry. Surely one of them can get on the end of a corner.
Yeah, Hadji's in danger of outscoring Henry, isn't he? I don't know what the points are.
He was about 50 points up for about the first 4 game weeks, weren't he? Wasn't he the top scoring mid through the first 4 weeks or something, Hadji? He got sort of an absolute flyer, didn't he, at the start?
Yeah.
I think everyone assumed Henry would slowly and surely close the gap down. Yeah, I'm not sure where they are now. Henry's been amazing value for his price, so he's got double-figure assists, I think. Yeah, there he is, 14 assists. That's nuts, right?
Mad. Yeah. But you just know that you can do that, so decent.
Look at Tarico there.
6 million.
Bane of my season. I've not owned him once. Absolutely.
Brilliant.
He's been one of the big reasons I've not quite managed to get up there, I think.
Yeah.
The amount of times I see him with double-figure points. I don't know if anyone keeps a track on sort of appearances in team of the week, but I reckon Tarico's probably been in about 7 or 8 across the 36 game weeks. He possibly a contender to have been in it the most. It wouldn't surprise me. I've not owned him once. I keep thinking he can't keep returning at this level. He's going to sort of drop back down to sort of an average level at some point, and he just hasn't. Go on, Tiago. Oh, he's passing it. No.
Here we go. Goal.
Other side. Yeah, the 2 wingers, both on the score sheet.
Fucking hell.
Bad. I think this is quite unlucky if you own Jermaine Wright at the minute, because I think Flitcroft just set that one up. So that's returns for 3 of the 4 midfielders. So poor Jermaine Wright at the moment. Is it
Henry 158 versus Hadji's 132? I guess that's before this
by pretty much 30 points already.
26 points. And Hadji's obviously clawed that bit of that back probably today.
He was injured for a bit, wasn't he? Because they played that Amu right midfield. Or no.
Are they both 6 million?
Yeah, both the same, yeah.
Yeah.
But Villa had a different right mid, the young lad.
So much value in Villa. So much value in Villa was. I mean, you got Dublin sitting on 17 goals again, man. It's fucking G.
That's crept along, right? I do see him score a fair few. I didn't realise it was quite as high as that. 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's up there.
What's Ricard on?
I don't know. I think he might be slightly ahead of it. I think he might be 19. I'm just trying to remember what I saw, but I think that Dublin's about 5th on that list.
Doesn't feel like Dublin scored sort of that close to Ricard. But yeah, fair play. I think all of us expected him maybe in the second season to start to drop off. And certainly I don't think we would have think he would have been this good for a 3rd season, right?
No.
Because we had him at the end of season 2, both of us, when he was cheap, right? And we kind of felt like he was usually by now when I play my own saves, he's normally playing like League One or something by now.
Yeah. I think for me he's been my favourite player, I think, during the first 3 seasons, just purely because I think I was one of the earliest ones to get on him. I think I was the one that was heralding him quite early.
Yeah.
And purely from what I was seeing in Sims and stuff. But he can just retire. He's one. Do you know when you just get a player and says Dublin this shock retirement? We haven't had one of them this season. Do you know what I mean? You just get them, don't you, in the game? Like all of a sudden, someone it's goalie when you sign him.
Hippie is not going to get a pen, is he? He is.
Fucking hell, man.
I suppose it's the benefit of having him. You never know, right? You're always in the lottery of a pen.
So has Luke got him as vice captain?
I'm pretty sure he has, yeah. Oh, he's missed it. He's got the rebound, though. He's missed that as well.
Oh, my word.
What does that mean in Champ, Miss Pen?
-3, isn't it?
-3?
I think so.
Oh, wow. If they concede as well. Yeah,
I think it's -3. Someone let us know it's -2 or -3.
He's been due to miss one, right? He's had about 8 pens. It feels like he's had about 8 pens. I don't think he's missed one yet. Because this year's bloody David Unsworth. Not he obviously has those 3 in the same game like Unsworth did in season 2, but it feels like he must have had the most pens this season.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Fucking hell, Luke, you're getting bumped out the cup.
That's harsh as well, right? Because he's gonna get that double.
At least it's only -4 as his vice captain and not a -6. Oh no, he's playing Captain Fantastic. It's a -6 for that penalty miss. Is that right? No, penalty miss is only minus. It's only a -4. Luke, you're all right. You're all right.
That is the risky run, though. It's all good having all these penalty takers, right? Because it's another route to points. But if they miss a couple,
yeah.
I had Salakovic in season 2. It felt like he missed one every week for a period. I'm sure he missed about 3 in season 2, Salakovic, and I think I owned him for all 3 of them.
Yeah, he did miss a fair few, didn't he? Yeah.
He was one of my favourite players to own as well. I haven't owned him this season, to be fair, because they priced him up as a striker, understandably. If he was a mid, I might have punted him again.
This is the first time we've seen anyone miss a pen, says Nihal. Well, can't remember the Hart one. Fucking hell, man. Remember that one? Wasn't it the first week of this season? Or anyway, it was a big week, wasn't it? The Hart missed a pen.
I'm going to say Salakovic, but he missed them weekly, it felt like, in season 2.
Yeah.
Strangely, it's the defenders that seem to have good records. Unsworth seemed to barely miss. Hippier scores a fair share. Fester was pretty reliable, right? All the defenders seem to score all their pens. Oh, Rob Earnshaw.
Fucking Gronk. I've got 12 available players this week, and Gronkjar's the one who's not playing. Fuck's sake, I'm having a shocker so far.
Oh, Betterton's gone off. That could be massive because a lot of people probably have got him and Kirkland, haven't they?
Yeah.
And obviously Kirkland is unavailable for the rest of the season. But a lot of people would have thought, I'll just muddle through, I think, with Betterton for the last couple of games. And there was only a gashed leg. That might not rule him out for all 3 game weeks or the last 2 game weeks. He might be back by game week 38, but could be a lot of teams with no goalkeeper for next week now.
David H says it's looking good for Martin C. Phillips. It's early doors, yeah.
A lot. Well, we don't always see a lot of goals in the second half, and don't usually when I'm on stream anyway. So interesting what happens second half this week if we get any big changes. Go on, first shot at the goalkeeper. Go on. Oh, he's done it. I don't know why. I'm visualising Vinnie Jones in goal when I visualise this Dave Atkinson. He went in goal once against Newcastle. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, Vinnie Jones was in goal. Have a shot, Arca. Don't cross it to Philip. No. And
everyone in the chat goes fucking mental.
The dream duo, isn't it? The dream duo.
He's gone clear top at the scoring charts now as well.
It feels like the ChampMan equivalent of De Bruyne setting up Haaland, that Arca to Phillips. Always likely to happen, right?
Yeah, I was just saying as well. In Luke's tie, he's gone Captain Fantastic, and the other guy's just got him as captain. If he gets a hat trick, that's that 17 points gone.
Yeah, probably would have been in Martin's interest for Phillips to blank, knowing that the chip was in play.
Yeah. He doesn't want him to do anything basically if he wants to get through in the cup, because, like I say, hat trick and it's all square given the 17 point for the -8. I mean, I don't know if Luke's taking a hit.
Luke won't have taken a hit.
Here we go.
To be, he's getting all the chances. Like Libra's name's not been mentioned yet. Is it?
Oh no.
Oh. Well, what have they done there? That's a striker who's gone off. So we're Watford playing up front now. It was Petkoff, Venatza, and I think Harrison in midfield from memory. And they just brought on Pitcher. He's not a striker.
Pitcher is an attacking centre mid, isn't he?
They play him up. I
don't think he can, because I think I've signed him in a game that I played recently and he was shit. I think he's just a centre mid, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's happened there. What Watford are doing in game, we're not going to get to find out. Biscan taking one for the team now. I just saw he got a yellow card for stopping someone having a shot. That's how desperate Liverpool are getting, not to have someone shoot at the keeper. Fumbling Bartes. Go on, Luke Norwich, have a goal. Yes, he's in. Reed.
Goal! Who's at the back, though? There's no one at the back that anyone's got, have they? Is there?
It's Sylvester.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sylvester's playing. Bartes making Atkinson look good here. Who needs Dave Atkinson? We could just play Bartes fumbling stuff.
No.
This is super keeper all over. This could be about 20 shots for Leeds here.
Yeah. Go.
He's been quite involved. Old Svard. He seems to have got a few last-ditch challenges in him. I don't know how many save points is the most we've seen in one game. I'm sure some keepers have got 3 save points. I don't know if he would have got 4 or 5, but Westerveld. There was that one Andy Marshall game earlier in the year for Norwich. I can't remember who it was against, but he had an absolute belter. Seemed to make 300 saves. But there hasn't been... But if you play yourself, Benno, it probably happens twice a season against you if you've got a good team where you win 1-0 with about 20 shots because the keeper.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we've seen loads of them across the whole sim.
No.
Say Marshall's had at least 1, maybe 2, but yeah, Westerveld. It's quite impressive. This.
Our last penalty miss was Salakovic in game week 6.
You missed one this season as well.
Yeah, Salakovic is the last person to miss one in game week 6. That's mental.
I didn't realise he missed one this season. I know from last year. Zenden, set Good Johnson up. I ain't seen his name mentioned yet either. Many of my strikers actually touched it. Well, Viduka has. I've got Viduka, but I don't think Everson and Good Johnson have touched the ball yet. Goal, Sean Davis. Chelsea clean sheet wipeout. That's going to hurt a few people, including myself. Yeah. Double, Terry and Desai for me, double wipeout. I'm not too bothered. I think a lot of people have got at least one, probably quite a lot. Go on, Everson. Don't pass the Barber, have a shot.
Ooh.
I don't know why I went Everson over Redroth. I had a look at the last couple of game weeks and he seemed to get a higher average rating more often. That literally was the reason I put Everson over Redroth, just for that extra sort of hope of maybe a bonus point on top or something.
Yeah.
Probably weren't the best method to pick a striker. Which one gets more 8s? But it does feel like he's generally a bit more involved than Redroth as well. Oh.
Come on.
It's basically the Viduka and Phillips show at the minute. Those two Viduka's had about 6 or 7 shots. Phillips has had about 4.
Yeah.
No one else is really... There hasn't been a lot in the other games, really. I know Borough are 2-0 up, but it's not like they've been battering Blackburn. The other games have actually been relatively quiet, apart from Leeds and Sunderland.
Yep.
Here comes Man City again.
One shot. Oh, fuck off. Oh.
Good game for us. That's a goal and an assist now for Anders Svensson. There's a reason why he's a top assister in the league. He's got another one.
Yeah.
And he's cheaper than Buddy Tiato as well. Oh, excellent.
Tariqa goes in the book, man. I'm leaving this fucking stream, man.
It'd be nice for you to finish the season with a stream when maybe Tariqa ends up on minus points or something. long time bloody coming. Gray to Cahill. Got an goal. Oh, there's Michael Gray. Got an assist. I didn't get him in.
Well.
I do think I was trying to convince Darren to get Michael Gray, and I don't know if he went through with it or not. Hopefully he did, because he could be on for an assist to the clean sheet here, Michael Gray. So I got Gary Kelly, and I wasn't convinced I wanted to sell him, but my first thought was to sell Kelly for Gray and then bench Southgate. And then I sort of came to my senses and thought it's unlikely Gray's going to outscore Southgate by the 4-point hit this week. But maybe he will. Maybe he will. This is what happens, Ben. I don't know if you find this, but you start the game week with a plan for what you want to do with your moves. Then you see the sim data and maybe a few other people you speak to in the community. And before you know it, your plan's nothing like what it started off. And the amount of times that my original plan would have done better than what I ended up doing. And say, yeah, that was my initial thought this week, was to get Michael Gray.
I've actually sidestepped that quite well this year. I think I have been watching the sim data from you guys from Manon, and that does affect it a bit. I think it mainly affects who you will go for as captain. I think once I've seen the leak, I normally think, right, I know who I'm going for. You know, Shearers and Phillips is always going to happen, and it was always going to be either him or Viduka for captain. So once I looked at the data and stuff, that's when I had a choice between those two and one shot. Oh,
Darren did. I'm sorry, I've not been keeping up with the chat, but yeah, Darren's just on there. He did get Michael Gray in. Hey.
Nice.
I think there's a bit of a battle at the minute. Me and Martin are reasonably close together, and Darren and Thomas are reasonably close together. So I want Darren to beat Thomas. Thomas won't be watching, so it doesn't matter if I say this. But Darren obviously takes the game more seriously than Thomas, or he has this season at least. So I want Darren to finish above Thomas for his commitment and effort he's put in. So I'm glad he's got a return there. Oh, goal Bradford.
Oof.
Bad news for Fuglestad owners, if anyone's got him. I think he's in a few teams.
Spurs will be playing Stockport next season in the second tier. That looks at it.
Are they? I didn't realise they were that close to going down.
Stockport starting in what is the Championship in this game, which is mental, isn't it? They're non-league now, aren't they?
No, they're back in League Two. They won the conference last year, the National League.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Okay, but they have been while this game's been we've been playing this game. Yeah, and I'm pretty certain they start in the second tier, which is mental.
I only know because I put a football accumulator on the other Saturday for 3 p.m. kickoffs. Yeah. Like 6 teams, and 5 won, and Stockport were the ones that didn't. So I know what division they're in. They messed up my hacker.
I think they've got some decent players as well in this. I mean, obviously they were genuinely in the Championship or whatever it was in 2002.
I couldn't tell you one player they start with.
I'm trying to think of the player that they might have that's decent. Like I think it's a striker. Maybe someone could throw, people who are in the know could throw out who Stockport had. Who was Stockport's big dudes in the 2002?
No idea. Just catching up with the chat. Fair play to someone might have benched the Chelsea goalkeeper. Eric Onstad benched the Chelsea goalkeeper. Big move, that. I don't know who his other goalkeeper was, but you think if you pay that much for a goalkeeper, then you start him every week, right? But
Chef Kikuchi for Stockport.
Oh, was he there? Is he?
Yeah. He got some deep. You know, it's quite bizarre, really. They've got some decent players up, and when you start.
Yeah, I can't say to be fair, I don't really think I've managed in the Championship. I obviously had the seasons managing Rushden and Diamonds in League Two because they got the 1 million to spend, right? Was it 1 million or 10 million?
Six million.
So I had a couple of seasons with them. I used to like managing Dagenham and Redbridge in terms of like locality to my house. They're pretty much them. West Ham and them are really close.
Yeah,
and they've not got some bad players actually for the conference. It's good to manage in the conference.
Yeah.
So
I think Stoke were third tier, but it was a few years after they moved into the Britannia Stadium, so they were a bit of a sleeping giant in this game. What a goal!
Sunderland clean sheet wipeout for you, Benno. No, it's a clean sheet.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man!
Hargreaves, maybe he's the one that went up front in that little reshuffle when Johnson went.
Yeah.
I don't know where he plays, Hargreaves. Maybe he's got the ability to play as some form of forward. Go on, Muzzy, have a shot. Let's see this goalkeeper. He saved it, but he's fumbled it. Oh, and
Kevin Francis, Marky Shocky. Wasn't that like?
He's a 7-foot Birmingham striker, isn't he? Is that him?
Yeah, I think so. But that was like 10 years before 2002, wasn't it? That was a long time ago.
He was at Birmingham in sort of mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
I would have asked Andrew because he's obviously a Birmingham fan, but he's on he's got some school thing going on tonight, which is why he's not around. But I vaguely remember him in the late 90s when like Paul Devlin and all those players were up front for Birmingham.
Yeah. But Peter Coates, who owns Stoke now and is obviously very rich from Bet365, he owned Stoke before when he had nothing. He used to sell pies at different stadiums. I think that was his thingy. And then they sold to an Icelandic consortium. So when this game started, you've got an Icelandic owners. There's a load of Iceland players in the Stoke team.
Big chance for Scholes there from a Van Nistelooy assist. That could have been a useful goal for a few people.
So I think Gunnarsson, you start with Gunnarsson. I think obviously Hoekstra from his starts with Stoke in this as well. There's a couple of others, Daddison and Thordarson.
Willings and Hoekstra at Stoke then?
Hoekstra is at Stoke when this game starts, yeah.
Where's Wellings? He's not at Stoke, is he?
Who's that?
Richie Wellings. No, he's not at Stoke.
No, he's at Blackpool, isn't he?
Blackpool, that's it, yeah.
But it's quite interesting because, like I say, it's when the Iceland consortium owners, we've got lots and lots of Icelandic and foreign players and all sorts of randomers.
You confused me. I think you showed me a couple of your screen grabs before of your personal Stoke save, and I think you had Wellings in it. And I think
anyone who plays it knows Wellings is a bit of a G. You can get him for about $500,000, and he can become really good.
Popular goal in a different season. That could have been Gardner setting up Pedersen. That would have taken us back to a different season 2, probably, wouldn't it? 2-0 to Bolton. What's going on for Michael Rickett's goal and assist? Yeah, this is.
Dear.
Don't think this is a popular night for clean sheets. I think a lot of the popular ones are gone.
No, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what clean sheets are left standing that people are actually got. Someone might have people probably haven't even got a Leeds defender. Some might have Harpel Singh. Don't think anyone's got Villa defenders now, have they? Someone might still have Danny Mills, I suppose.
Everton defenders. There might be 1 or 2 knocking about.
It's just the Borough boys, isn't it? I've got 2 of them. Maybe I'm in quite a strong position with the Borough boys at the minute. I would say obviously Hippie is keeping a clean sheet, but the fact he's missed the pen sort of nullifies that a little bit.
Someone said in the chat, I think it's a Stoke fan, Marky Sharko, he's from round Stoke. Sammy Bangora, do you remember him? Yeah, I think they spent all their money on him. It was about like 900 grand on him. And he didn't come back, did he, after like an international break? It's like they came back about 3 weeks later.
FPL Pomkino. I grew up down the road from the Kaiser Chiefs training ground.
Oh, wow.
Is that South Africa?
Yeah,
isn't it? For some reason, I thought
you can manage them on CM. I think you can, can't you?
Yeah, I think you can manage them.
Yeah.
There's a team in this game. I think they might be from South Africa as well. I can't think of it. They call it like Super Sport or something. I think they've got a couple of half decent players in the South African league. I've never tried to manage in South Africa.
They've got some in there, like a team called Wank or something like that. There's just some bizarre team names in there. What's the maddest team name that you go on the editor and you look through, like, I don't know, it's West Brom or something trying to change a player. I'm sure there's a team that's like called Wankers or something like that.
There's a class team in the Dutch. So Joe, obviously, when you've been in it sort of 8-10 season, you start getting the regens come through.
Yeah.
I always tend to go to Holland, Brazil, and Argentina. I don't know if it's fact or not, but when a player from a certain country retires, you get a regen from the same country come back through. That's what I heard or saw somewhere back in the day. I don't know how true that is. But obviously Holland have got quite a high standard of player in this game.
Yeah.
So I used to go literally every start of every season, click through all of the lower league teams in Holland to see if there was any like 17, 18-year-olds that seemed like they had attributes that were quite good. And there was one team beginning with an O, who I can't remember the name of, that used to always seem to have 3 or 4 good regens every year. I'm pretty sure I had Patrick Kluivert's regen Van Nistelrooy's regen at one point that came from this team.
Orlando Pirates, yeah, but that's not a Dutch team, is it?
No, I would go and look for them. This team beginning with an O in the Dutch league, but probably don't exist anymore. Probably folded about 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I haven't got the game up now. I'd load the game up now and have a look through Dutch second division, Dutch third division teams to see if they were there, but I can't remember. They've got a rant. I'm pretty sure they've been with an O.
Ooh.
It was the other good thing about managing the Italian league I used to find, because obviously you're not limited on how many Argentinian and Brazilian players you can have. If you manage in England, right, they don't get work permits easily, or you get a set number you're allowed. And you always get loads of good Argentinian striking regens.
Some names coming in here: FL Fart from Norway, Deportivo Wanker in Peru. These could be like bullshit. Anti-drug strikers from Sierra Leone. Is that a real team? I bet they're subsidised by the government, aren't they, or something?
Surely no one's clicked on Sierra Leone club teams in this game. What are you doing looking down the Sierra Leone club teams to find out what they're called?
We're the anti-drug strikers.
I don't even know you put Qua Stars, is that? Or is
Yeah. Oof.
Making a few saves as well here, Andy Marshall. Not quite catching up Vesterveld yet, but he's starting to make some saves. United started to dominate this game now. Been a bit unlucky here, Ruud. It seems to have been creating 3 or 4 shots in this game.
Young boys at the Wankdorf, yeah. Prison Leopards in Zambia. The Prison Leopards, that's mental.
I've never really, because
leopards are great, but prisons are they? So what's so good about that name? The Prison
when
Leopards.
This game was around, I don't remember sort of the African club leagues providing like any decent players. A lot of there's not a shortage of good African players. There's quite a few decent Nigerians in this game, for example, aren't there? But I think all of them have already left Nigeria. So I don't think I've ever once decided to go scouting through any of the African club leagues to see what the team names are, what players are in there.
Yeah.
So I think that one South African team's got sometimes there's a couple of good players.
FC Bollocks and Haiti. No, that isn't true. Right, but coming back to that Prison Leopards, I'm fixating on that now. Is there, because there's a real team called Prison Leopards. I'm getting visions of like people releasing leopards into prisons as like an extra punishment for people in Zambia, and like then just pandemonium in this prison with this leopard bowling around and stuff. It's mental.
A lot of them
you're falling for that, Dave. Of course, there isn't a team called FC Bollocks.
Yeah, I'm looking. Prison Leopards are a real team in the Zambian league.
Prison Leopards, it's mental. Why is prison good?
They've got a league game at the end of this month against the Green Buffaloes.
I'm invested now. I'm invested.
I just had a look on the. I just typed their name into Google, and they're 8th at the moment in the Zambian Super League, and they're playing they're away to the Green Buffaloes at the end of the month.
There's a Golf Leopards in Sierra Leone in our sim. Yeah, well, they've toughened up and become the Prison Leopards.
You have to give us you still got the game, Benno? You still access the game?
I still got it. I've got it on my work's computer if they find out that they go mental. But yeah, because my other laptop was running really slow on all the other stuff, so I put it on mid-work to be rapid.
Oh, I think that's Matthias. I mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
He's good.
But I don't know if you remember, it was a few years back now. It was the Algerian League, right? And it was in the press because the high scorers team with a +1 goal difference got relegated, which is mental, isn't it? So if you look, I think it's a 16-team league, and it was so close that the point was ridiculous. And the team that scored the most goals actually finished 3rd bottom and got relegated with a +1 goal difference.
Could be another penalty here to Liverpool. Oh, Partridge hacked down in the box. As he stayed on the pitch, Sinclair, he got booked for conceding the first pen, then he just hacked Partridge down. Could have easily been a second yellow. There's one league. I want to say it's Bolivia, but I could be wrong. But in a whole league season, I think 95% of the games were home wins.
Yeah,
there was one league because I do a fair bit of gambling and stuff, and it was becoming stupid that some of the odds for home wins in whatever league it was because. Yeah. Just literally so guaranteed. I don't know if it was rigged or something, but mental the amount of home wins there were. It could have been an African league though. Bolivia League springs to mind for something. It's half-time, by the way.
Nice.
We kind of went off topic for the last 10 minutes. We didn't miss much, to be fair. Just in case anyone cares and missed it, it was Boulder Bet. Just talking about gambling, Boulder Bet got the assist for Matthias for that Coventry goal. So yeah, we'll just read through the halftime scores. So Villa 1, Newcastle 0. Fairly dead game, in all honesty. I don't see much gone on in that game, but goal for Vasco Balaban. Hadji assist, was it? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
0 Borough 2, Ricardo and Earnshaw. So both strikers on the score sheet in that one. Maybe the surprise of the game week so far. Bolton 2, Chelsea 0. Sean Davis and Michael Ricketts. Ricketts got an assist as well. So sure, no one's got him, but decent return for him. Coventry 1, Everton 2. Christie got 1 and Stubbs, I think, early on. And then that Matthias goal just now. Leeds have actually battered Arsenal. I reckon they're on about 12, 13 shots already, of which the majority have gone to Viduka. But that's still 0-0 if you're just tuning in. Westerveld's having a right super keeper game. Definitely on track to be in team of the week at the moment, if that carries on. Liverpool 0, Leicester 0. Sammy Hippie has missed the penalty, the most notable thing in that game. Also, Dave Atkinson has had to punch a ball once and fumble a ball once. That's all we've seen from the greyed out goalkeeper. Man City 3, Ipswich 1. So, yeah, 3 goals conceded for Tarico and a yellow card in that game. They led Ipswich early on through Armstrong, Tiato penalty, Svensson goal, and Huckabee goal. So nothing for Paolo Wanchop in that game. Svensson's got a goal and an assist if you've got him. Norwich 1, Man United 1. Paul Scholes scored if you brought him in. Can't remember. David Dunn assist, Nedved assist. I can't remember. It wasn't Van Nistelrooy. And then some bloke called Rees equalised for Norwich. Sunderland 2, Watford 1. 1 goal for Kevin Phillips. The other one, that was an Arca assist. And then Tim Cahill. Watford pulled one back through Hargreaves. And then Tottenham 0, Bradford 1. Game, I think there's only been about 2 chances in that game. I can't even remember who scored for Bradford. Oh, it's there, Robbie Blake. Bad news for anyone with Tottenham players. I don't think they've had a shot yet. And so I've got Everson, so not great. But probably more frustrating than good. I think a lot of people probably got Viduka and Phillips this week, and in between them, they probably had about 11 shots.
Yeah.
But they got one goal to show for it.
Yeah, let's hope they haven't used up all their shots for the night. But I've posted in the chat this Algerian league table from a few years back. It's mental. So team finished bottom on 33 points from 30 games. And the team that won it only got 48 points. It's the most mental league table I've ever seen. So tight, all 16 teams. And the high-scoring team got relegated. Yeah, in fact, they had a +4 goal difference and got relegated, which is mad. And the team in third scored 19 goals and conceded 19 and had managed to finish third.
Doing a Preston, is that what you call that?
Yeah.
Well, they're not conceding many.
I found it interesting. What a weird league table that is.
Where is it, Benno? Where have you posted it?
I put it in the chat.
Oh, I can't see it. I don't know if mine's not updated. Oh, weird. Yeah, I haven't got it. Never mind. I'll trust you.
There's a team in Guinea called FC Kuntum. Dave Gill said he's seen that before. Yeah, it's.
I haven't been keeping a track of all these team names. It'll be quite an interesting little list at the end of this.
Team in Trinidad and Tobago called Crab Connection. Love it. That's great. I'd sooner play for them than the Prison Leopards.
Crab Connection.
The Botswana Meat Commission. That's mint. Okay, so who did they change the name from? Okay, Prison Leopards team is a team of a correctional facility, from my understanding. Okay.
The Botswana Meat Commission. How the hell have you called a football team that? That's brilliant.
They changed the name now, called the Botswana Meat Commission. Nice.
That might be my favourite of all of them, I think.
I love it.
Yeah, that's very good. Seems to be a lot of African teams that.
Yeah. Particularly when you get those kind of like pseudo English places, like the with the pidgin English, sometimes you get some crazy ones. What's this? So the team in Ghana called the Cape Coast Mysterious Dwarfs. There you go. Perfect example of like, they're in English, but they just sound absolutely mental. The Mysterious Dwarfs. No, surely that's not true. The Cape Coast Mysterious Dwarfs. No.
I'll just see if I can get a recent league table up for the Botswana League. The team that finished bottom, according to Wikipedia, in the 2019-20 season have got a team name of Miscellaneous.
He's right. Fucking hell. The Cape Coast Mysterious Dwarfs is a Ghanaian professional football club.
Wow.
And the fucking pit. This is mental. Hey, tell you what, their top is 25% off at the minute. You can get it for $37.45, and it's fucking mental.
Is that be your new hobby, Benno? Is it?
It's got a crab in the crest, and it just looks like fucking, I don't know, like some kind of leprechaun in camouflage.
Where are you getting that from? Sports, is that on Sports Direct? Is it?
I've no idea. I think it's from the official Cape Coast Mysterious Dwarfs homepage.
You got me.
I'm invested now. I'm invested in the.
I feel obliged all of a sudden to buy a football shirt from one stupidly named football team. Right. I just think it'd be quite cool to walk around in when someone says, "Oh, what football team's that?" I don't recognise that shirt. And so obviously the Botswana Meat Commission in their shirt seems like a good idea.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to look at the Ghanaian league table here and see what's going on with the Mysterious Dwarfs. See how they're faring.
The Botswana Meat Commission have got a bit of a. It's not the most fascinating shirt. It's just mainly white.
They came 14th. They came 14th in a league of 18, and they got relegated.
If I can find a bad team name with a sort of a slightly wacky coloured shirt, I'll get it. If anyone plays in like purple or something.
So Hearts of Oak, they came top. You see, Hearts of Oak are a recognisable team name, aren't they? I'm sure.
I've heard of them from somewhere.
Yeah, so they came top of that league. There's a team just called Dreams. Dreams. Finished mid-table in the Ghanaian league. Love it.
I say there's one team got relegated, just called Miscellaneous. That's the team name. That's in Botswana. I bet you wish you knew about this when you was bored during lockdown, Benno. You could have just scouted for every African league and picked out a load of team names. That would pass you by an hour, wouldn't it? Lockdown.
Right.
Give you an alternative to running Sims for days on end.
The Cape Coast Mysterious Dwarfs. When's the next game?
Fantasy Connection wants us to look at Deportivo Wanker's shirt. Deportivo Wanker. I think we're meant to be giving good insight here, but we're not meant to be Googling in the background.
Yeah, I know, but my head's fallen off now because there's a team called Mysterious Dwarfs in the world, and I want to know about them. They've got a 15,000 capacity stadium.
I meant to be, without being too crude on the stream, I'm going on a stag do next weekend, and there's a possibility that for the stag we've got to get him handcuffed to a dwarf for an hour, walking around the local town. So it would be quite funny if I could get hold of a Deportivo. If I could go in, what's that team called? What dwarfs?
Ibusa Mysterious Dwarfs.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if I could get one of those football shirts in time and then take that on the stag do. He can wear that while he's walking around.
just for your benefit, because you'll be the only one that'll get that joke.
It depends what does it say? Has he got the team name on the sponsor or on the badge?
I don't know actually. It's just got a crab. It's just got mental like kind of 1970s Laura Ashley green and yellow psychedelia shit going on.
That sounds quite nice. That.
Yeah, check it out. I'm invested now. I want to find out how they're going to go.
What team is it? What team is it?
Ibusa Coast Mysterious Dwarfs. Just put Mysterious Dwarfs FC or something like that. 11 men in flight, Swaziland. Club Atletico Colhon.
Oh, that's got 1970s African football written all over it, that shirt, isn't it?
Have you seen it?
The Booster Dwarfs one.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it? Mental.
I think I prefer the Deportivo Wanker shirt, if I'm being honest.
Total Network Solutions. But aren't they called the New Saints then? They're the team that wins the Welsh League every year, isn't it? Or they do quite well. When I lived very briefly in Wales, I went to watch Aberystwyth play. Linking with what's going on at the minute. Ryan Giggs' brother played for him. I forgot what his name is now. Rodri Giggs. Yeah, he played for them and he used to play in green and black stripes. So I went to about 5 or 6 Aberystwyth games, and Total Network Solutions just used to smash that league.
Green and black stripes. That doesn't sound like a common kit.
Green and black stripes, lovely. Stoke used to have green and black stripes. One of their best away kits, green and black stripes.
To be fair, the sort of most people's favourite away kits are the horrid ones, like the Villa sort of early 90s sort of Muller shirt that's green and I suppose it's black, dark purple. I don't know what colour you really call it. That's my favourite. My favourite ever Villa away shirt, and it's if you try and explain it to someone, the colours of it, you think that can't be nice.
Ben Graham says, I'm going to start a new save game. Anyone got any good suggestions for a fun challenge? I always like doing that. I've probably said this on stream before. I always like trying to take Queen's Park up to the top of the Scottish Premier League because they play at Hampden Park.
It's hemorrhage money every week, don't they?
So they've got a £60,000 stadium.
They have to cost to maintain it and run it, don't they? So you just hemorrhage money.
but you could give yourself like a mysterious benefactor and perhaps start with £2 million or something. I mean, you start in the bottom league. And I've had them playing in the Champions League, and just imagine it like full houses at Hampden Park, stealing all the Celtic and Rangers fans. I used to love doing that.
I've done it before as well. Same save. What's their attendance at the start? About 150 in a 60,000 stadium.
Yeah, and you can get it up to like 40, 50,000. You know, just it's mental.
My favourite save was a team called Fidelis Andris. I don't think they exist anymore. They're the lowest Italian league. I'll tell you how bad they were. Two Madeira wasn't even interested in going inside.
Yeah.
But so it's quite a cool because it's really hard, isn't it, the Italian league? Because even if you reach the Prem, there's so many good teams with money and good players in the in terms of depth of league. Serie A is the best one to start with, isn't it? With the two Milans, Juve, Rome. Obviously, Rome are probably the best team in the game, I think, to start with. So the depth of the Italian league, if you get promoted, it's actually really hard to stay up, even if you sort of know a lot of the tricks of the game without using obviously the cheap tactics and things. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but even
another one for Ben Graham. I don't know if you're aware of it, but actually, this is without doing anything on the editor. If you start with Rushton and Diamonds that don't actually even exist anymore. They start with £6 million in their account to spend on players. So you can get Taribo West. I've had Taribo West playing for Russian and Diamonds in that first season. You just give him like a 1.8 million signing on fee or something. It still turns up and plays for you. So that's quite an interesting challenge. You obviously have to whip through the lower leagues for a few seasons and then try and get them into the Premier League.
I found out when I was at uni there's a team that starts off in the conference on this game in England called Hayes.
Yeah.
And I don't think they formed until about the 60s or 70s in whatever sort of local domestic league. But it turns out that by the time this game launched in 2001, never in their life had they been relegated.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to carry that on. I knew I wouldn't get relegated, but it's actually really hard to get out of the conference. Only one team goes up.
Yeah.
And Hayes aren't one of the better teams in there either. They've got no money and squad-wise is quite small. And a lot of their players aren't. I know no one's very good in the conference, but their team's pretty bad. So you can't attract anyone half decent either.
I think the Queen's Park one sounds more difficult than having loads of money at Rushton. Yeah, do the Rushton one, man.
It's
a goal.
Nobby. That's my...
From the halfway line.
Double clean sheet wipeout for me. He's pulled a Beckham out against Middlesbrough.
Nice.
I'm
Fuck
left
your
down.
double clean sheet.
I've only got Paul Robinson left now for clean sheet. One left.
Yeah, me too.
Ugh. Come on, Everson. If Everson can match Phillips, I'll get out of this all right. Could do with having a shot first.
Henry! Yeah! Let's get in.
Bloody hell,
Get
2
in.
midfield goals in the same game week. That might be the first time this season that's happened to me, I think.
Nice.
I think Hadji's still outscored him tonight. What's more points? 2 assists or 1 goal?
For
2 assists.
midfield,
Right?
yeah, 2 assists, yeah.
So Hadji's still slightly ahead of Henry this game week. But yeah, he's a good player. He's a good season hold, isn't he, Henry? They've got a decent running as well. He's a good player to have for the last 3 game weeks.
This is what we want. Come on, let the points come rolling home.
I don't know what's good. I've had double clean sheet wipeout and a goal scorer in about 90 seconds in the second half. Talk about how things happen that influence your team. Come on, Tottenham. I think Martin's lied to me. He's lulled me in with his fake Tottenham stats to get me to buy Everson.
Here we go. Come on.
Viduka's taking free kicks as well. Yeah, this is going to be one of the biggest hard luck stories of the season if he doesn't get a return in this.
The thing is with this season, like with your vice captain and captain, you only really need those 2 players to like go off big, and then it doesn't really matter what else happens. Oh, it's 2-0 to Bradford.
Double for Robbie Blake.
But without that, you run the risk of, if some of the other options go off, it's almost twice as bad in some ways. It feels like that anyway.
Yeah, Tottenham. This isn't good. I think they're going to need to get 4 points from the last 2 games. From memory, they've got Arsenal away, haven't they, next week? Which you wouldn't think that they're going to get a result in that game. So they could, in theory, be pretty much relegated here, Tottenham. If they've got quite a good game, I think, in the final game week, which they obviously need to win if they lose this. Might already be down by then, though, mightn't they?
Yeah.
They have got they've got Leicester at home on the last day, and Leicester is 18th at the minute. That could end up being an absolutely massive game on the final day, Leicester-Tottenham. Could be the 2 teams in 18th and 19th playing each other quite easily at the minute, the way this league goes, especially if Norwich can hang on here. Decent fist of it, to be fair, Norwich. They had a little spell, 10 minutes of the first half where they were getting battered, but on the whole, they've not done too bad.
We've had 21 goals, which is pretty high. Let's hope we can keep going.
Yeah, I say there's minimal clean sheets here. You're looking at Danny Mills. If anyone's still got Ricardo Gardner, which some people might have, they've got a double next week. Bolton. Maybe someone might have got Jaskalainen in for Kirkland to play in goal for the double. Centre midfield, Kieran Dyer.
Ooh.
To be fair, that Gavilan, who started on the right wing, can play centre midfield as well. So they may have changed, mightn't they? It's not impossible that they've had a little shift in game and Dyer's out on the right now. We won't know about it.
Yeah.
Little sub there, it won't influence anyone. Amiobi is off for Olohoy, but I thought I'd have to say that one more time, as it was one I used to struggle with. Chelsea bringing on one. Oh, Good Johnson's gone off. Oh.
You're having a shocker. People are wondering whether Planet FPL James is coming on to see Arsenal relegate Spurs next week. Who knows? Maybe
I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I know. I don't know if we really meant to comment on what's happened in the last couple. I don't actually know, to be fair, for game week 38 what the plan is. I know on our sort of on our sheet that we use to track who's on which game week, 38's empty. So I don't know what the plan is for 38. As far as I know, James ain't on next week though. But we'll have to. It's not been confirmed. I'm speculating a little bit. Coventry. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought they was keeping a clean sheet for some reason. Coventry, they're not. Changing Pablo Paz into midfield, it looks like for Everton. That Clark's a centre back. So I imagine he's in the back three now, and Paz was in the back three.
But very much looking forward to exactly a month from now, on the 8th of October, coming to the meetup. So I don't know if anyone in the chat's going to try and get down to the meetup in London.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going, aren't you?
Of course I'm going. Yeah, I've got no excuse for it.
No, you got no excuse.
Or pen for Chelsea here, possibly. Ooh, foul on Leon Knight. Yeah, I don't know if we've got any sort of, not event. It's not like we're all going to go bloody bowling together or something, but I don't know if it's just literally we'll turn up and just drink, is it? And have a wander down memory lane.
Who knows? I'm having a night out with Captain. We're sleeping together in the twin room, apparently.
Who is?
Me and Captain.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Or Phillips at the crossbar.
Yeah, a lot of people are scrambling for places to stay, aren't they? Particularly those that are coming from out the area. So I'm coming from North Midlands, Cheshire way. I won't be looking to go back that night. I'll be looking to stay out. So there's quite a few people that are been trying to sort places out.
I think a lot of the faces that people will recognise are going. As far as I know, Deacon's coming down. We haven't seen him on for a few weeks, but I spoke to him only through WhatsApp, but I spoke to him the other day. I think he was planning to come down, which is good. Martin and Darren will be there. So Chris Panda, captain.
Goal, Littman.
Well, someone on Discord got him in. Fair play to them. That's a big differential this week, I would think. Yeah, I don't think from memory anyone who's been on stream at least isn't going.
No.
There might be someone I've forgotten.
There's a few that are rubbing and ahhing about it, whether they can or not. So we'll see. I think not all people that have been on stream, perhaps all people that have been quite engaged.
Yeah.
Ronerid's trying to get there. He may or may not be able to. I think Luke hasn't confirmed that he's coming.
I think he's coming. I think Luke and Andrew are coming together from Bedford, aren't they? Away.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Southgate assist. Go on, Southgate assist. We'd love that. Oh,
was that Southgate taking a corner?
Surely not. No, Gronkia takes the corners.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a long free kick. So because it's always a free kick set piece taken. Yeah. It's a long free kicks, is it? Having a go here, Blackburn. Yeah, I'm relying on some. I don't think any of the Chelsea centre backs are going to looking like they're going to get any bonus points to me here.
Adam English is going to try his best to fly over. Yeah, it's a shame. There's quite a lot of people that have been so engaged with it. I'd love to meet and stuff, but this is going to be proved too much for them. But yeah. What's the date again, boys? It's the 8th of October, Frenchie.
Yeah. Joby McAnuff owners. I don't think you probably wouldn't have played him tonight. Maybe you would have punted him against the greyed out Liverpool keeper, but he's just gone off pre 60 minutes. So that's a 1 pointer locked in for.
I think he got an assist though, didn't he?
They haven't scored, Leicester.
Oh, what am I talking about then?
I have no idea, mate. How many MVs you had?
You know, man.
Your odds have just.
It's those mysterious dwarves, man. It's those mysterious dwarves. I'm thinking of a different game. Your
odds have just shortened for being the first one pissed on a night out.
Yeah, man. I'll probably be pissed before I get there. I'm not going to get there till after 3 o'clock.
Angel goal.
It's Angel.
11 goals this year. I think they've all come in single game weeks. I don't know that for I'm guessing he never seems to score braces and hat tricks. Angel.
Yeah.
Or George Boateng. But it's 3-0. Who scored the second goal? Oh, Hendry scored, didn't he? Yeah, I should have remembered that one. decent for anyone with Villa players tonight. Literally all of them have returned, right? Balaban goal, Angel goal, Hadji 2 assists, Hendry goal. All Villa players have had a good one.
See, this meetup also runs the risk of, because obviously, like, a lot of us have connected online and stuff. I know me and you have met and we've been on a night out, but it does run the risk of, like, once we all get there, like, people just like going sitting there drinking, not talking to each other, because you're not used to meeting people. But I'm hoping it's going to be like, people busting moves on the dance floor and stuff by the end of it. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm sure it won't be. Sure, it'll be an in between those two realities.
I've still only met Darren and Martin once in person. So we've done a pod together for a year and a half and known each other for longer than that. And we met once. I think Darren and Martin. What's that?
Captain's saying a pub quiz. That's rock and roll, isn't it? Rock and roll. We could do it. We're going to be there for a while, aren't we? Because I'm hoping it's going to just be all things that we want it to be. Really,
I don't know what sort of rights, not rights, but I don't know if we're the sole users of the facility for that day. I don't know what David's arranged. I think David
we'll have to. It all does depend, doesn't it? So, Dave, perhaps you can inform us in the chat what you're expecting what kind of free reign have we got to do a variety of things.
If we're the only one with access to a microphone and stuff, all sorts is possible, right? If Felix got another chance here, he scored again.
Boom!
Yeah, that's my red arrow confirmed, I think. I don't think I'll be top 100 after tonight with him getting 2 goals and captain by the world.
Yeah. Just need Viduka to step up now. Yeah, man, we can get on the dance floor. Look. It'll be fine.
Idea? There's a lot of middle-aged men in this group who are all going to get on the dance floor.
There's a lot of middle-aged men. It's going to be a lot of wild dancing. At the end of the day, even if there's no music, Mysterious Dwarves are in my head now, so that's it. I'll be on it. Super Kev in the chat. Yeah. He's smashing it. Keeping disabled within.
Yeah, that's
a hair's breadth of getting through. So we'd like give us an update, girls, if you can. You can be asked to do it. What's going on in the cup? It's a pub what dance floor?
Anyone with 2 guy, that's very unfortunate.
It's going to be a lot of dad dancing. It don't matter. There's going to be some, no one's seen me bust moves. You don't know.
Someone's going to be secretly closet good dancer, right? There's going to be someone with some good rhythm and timing.
Yeah. You're looking at him. Ron, you're looking at him, Craig.
I can imagine you doing one of those head spins. That seems about right.
Temple Brewhouse doesn't scream flashing dance floor. No, it doesn't, but who knows what can happen. It's booked for however many people. We've got free reign of it, look. But we booked it out.
We put a whole pub out and then 10 people turn up.
Yeah. Luke says he's got shapes. There you go, man. We're going to bust some moves.
Solano's in again. Oh, he's gone here.
Gudicini's going to get a red. See you later.
Who's going to get subbed off here to allow the sub keeper to come on right before the 60th minute? Someone's going to get done out of points here. Oh, no, he's got a yellow. I was expecting the sub keeper to come on for like Ricard. That would have been ideal.
Warner with the brace.
Does he always take pens? Or is it the fact 2 guy literally went off about 30 seconds?
Yeah, it's weird.
2 guy normally on the pens?
We have to have music that reflects 2004. Yeah, maybe. I think we, funnily enough, was it FPL Richie? He asked for some requests for tunes from 2004 because I think it was his niece's 18th birthday. And he was doing a playlist for it. There were some half decent tunes on that, but I'm not sure how good it was.
I don't think any of my
Garage
made the cut. I don't think.
With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night.
That's well before 2004. That's the 90s. That doesn't count as 2000. I listened to that in secondary
Really?
school. Yeah, that was when I was.
That's a tune. I mean, I'm not massive on garage, but there are some decent.
Yeah, I was big time into garage when I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
I must have been about year 8 when that came out. That's the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello with the rinsing sound. Hello with the rinsing sound. Rolling with the Master Blaster.
That's a bit later. That came out near the end of the garage times. So that not 2004 though.
You had that kind of garage house crossover stuff as well, like Basement Jacks, didn't you? So when were Basement Jacks on the scene?
That was late 90s probably as well. Was it Red Alert, that song?
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. Not my go-to music, but the Heartless Crew. My mate sent me a compilation of the Heartless Crew, and it's pretty good.
I remember.
So I kind of like it. I'm a bit of a magpie for music, so I do like lots of music, but so there are things I always try and like and find from different things. But
I had about 4 pure garage. I think that there was a compilation called Pure Garage, and I think 4 versions come out.
Yeah.
And there was some really big sort of remixes of what I suppose they're R&B tunes, really. That one called "Tell Me It's Real" by Casey and JoJo, "My Love" by Kelly LaRock, but they've obviously been dubbed up as garage tunes.
Yeah,
they were quite good. I'm not such a biggest fan of the basically one just keep going womp, 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 for about 5 minutes straight, and that's apparently more popular garage tunes for just literally
Double 99 Rip Groove. Is that the one? Yeah. Womp, 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 womp. Bah, 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 bah. That's the Rip Groove, isn't it, Martin C. Phillips? That is an absolute tune. Like, I remember being in nightclubs and when that was played. Yeah.
Goal, is it here? Yes. Zola. Bolton clean sheet wipeout. Not sure who got the assist there.
Bum, 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 bum.
Nicky
The one that goes ecstasy. Ecstasy. No, that's it. What's the Rip Groove one? I'll think of a different one.
Yeah, there's a few quite. If you're into something with a bit of like lyrics and stuff to it, there's a song called "Sometimes It Snows in April." That was quite a good song. I wasn't a fan of just the beats. I preferred songs with some lyrics in.
Yeah.
Our Partridge just gone off. The 3-pointer locked in for old Richie. Looks like Leicester have changed formation maybe to a dip forward here because they've got 3 AMCs now and Scowcroft's just gone off. Doom's Night. That's the song I was thinking of. That's the one that just keeps. You must remember the song "I Don't Smoke the Reefer," and it just keeps asking, "Do you smoke, Paul?" "Oh no, I don't." "Do you smoke, Paul?" That's that literally went on all the way through. Remember that one?
No, I don't remember that one.
I'm sure that's quite a popular one in the chat. It literally just keeps like it's a bit like it's not the Streets. It's nothing like the Streets really, but the Streets always make me feel like there's like talking in it.
Yeah,
and there's an element of that to that song. Yeah, I don't smoke the reefer, and it goes into a massive big drop off, but it comes back to some bloke asking someone else, "Do you smoke, Paul?" Comes back to that about 3 or 4 times. In the good. Zenden.
Oh yeah, I know what the Rip Groove is. Yeah, I know it.
You've lost me with that rendition, Benno. You're not normally too bad with the renditions, but you.
It's not really a vocal, though, is it? It's like a sample or something. You know what I mean? Can you hear it? I've got it on now.
No, I can't hear anything.
Fair dues.
It doesn't come through.
Walk way. Bah, bah, bah.
Oh, Ronald, Zed Bias, I feel good. I remember that one. I feel good, good, good. I feel good just when I feel good. That one. Yeah, let me know. Let me in the studio. Weather hot in the neighborhood. Or something like that. Is that what me and you're gonna do? Silent renditions of Gary songs now.
I know what Rip Groove is now. I knew it.
DJ Decline. Yeah, I remember DJ Decline. You kind of got upstage, right? Because you start getting into music with a little bit to it, with like the Venga Boys and stuff like that. They had a few songs, and then you end up sort of going up to the next. That's when I first started going to sort of unofficial nights out, probably when I was about 13, 14. There used to be a ski slope near my house, a dry ski slope. but underneath it was like an illegal club almost. So when I must have been about year 9, I would have been probably. We used to go down there quite a lot. I'll tell you what time it was. It was a time when Di Canio scored against Man United in the League Cup during the FA Cup goal when Bartes stood there with his arm up in the air trying to claim offside and he wasn't. That FA Cup goal. It was around that time. We had loads of garage sort of club nights.
I'm playing. Is it DJ Zinc 138 Trek? That's what Luke's
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Good to see Tottenham are finally having some shots. The bad news is none of them are going in, and the other bad news is Everson is never any of them.
Tune.
Come on, Everson. Can we get at least? I don't think he's had a shot yet.
I like it's like breakbeat stuff, isn't it? It's like it doesn't feel like a full-on garage. This track. Can you hear it?
I get very faint sort of noise. I can't make. I wouldn't be able to make out what it was.
Nice tune.
Is that we have to play the stream every week, listen to some garage music in the background yourself, and then talk?
This is the kind of fantasy football content that's not out there. Blend of music and fantasy football. That's what we want. I'll be right up for that.
Yeah, I can imagine Mark Southerns listening to some garage before he does Black Box. Libra having a bit of a dead game. He's lost the ball again, but Arca's picked it up. No,
yeah, I'd bust moves to that, Luke.
Hat trick.
Hat trick.
Yeah, hat trick. It wasn't going to pay off twice going against him, was it? It wasn't going to work twice.
Nah, you're off your head.
I just knew I'd have to hit him in, then hit him out again. Decent night for Arca. If anyone's got a double up with Arca as well, that's 2 assists, or is it 3 assists? I think it's 2 assists for Arca.
Loving that. Come on now, Viduka. Let's have it.
There's Luke might go through in the cup now. You said about the hat trick, didn't you? About 10 minutes into the when Hippier missed it.
He could be on. He could be back on now to get to sneaking through. It's going to be close in this semi-final tie after that penalty miss, though.
What's he on? 17 if he gets max bonus. It is, isn't it?
The guy took a -8. He was 25 points in front. So Martin's actually in the chat, actually. So Martin, he's 17 points behind before points rolled in, unless Luke also took a hit.
And Luke will get an extra
17 points is exactly how much more points he's got from him from triple captaining him over a normal captain. So that alone will have clawed back that 17 points. But then also he's got his vice captain, who's Mr. Penn. But I've got a clean sheet. So that's going to be close. So tell us what's going on, Dave, when you get a chance.
Sunderland really going for it now. They just brought Dave Kitson on. Ward tripped. Walking off. Libra just got subbed off and apparently got tripped as he was leaving the pitch. Only a yellow for that. I thought that'd be a red. AD Tor's unlucky. He's captain Van Nistelooy. Completely understandable, to be fair. Good week to captain Van Nistelooy as well, because if there was a chance he wasn't going to play, he wouldn't have been on the bench, would he? You'd have to risk the sub on. Who's Amar come on for? I missed that. Someone's gone off. There we go.
Yeah. Squarehead Mark to the rescue.
It's taken 70 minutes and about 10 chances for Viduka. I mean, I'm intrigued to. I think we've only seen it. Did Van Nistelrooy get to double figures once for shots? He might have done. But Viduka's pushing it.
Yeah.
Be criminal if Festival don't get man of the match in that game, though. I bet they do the end of the game numbers, and he gets a 7 average rating despite making about 15 saves. Surely Tottenham aren't losing this 2-0. Martin Adams scoring 3+ about 8 times. Cross it into Everson. Don't give it to Rebrov. Go on. No. I can end the night happy now. At least he had one shot. And change. Are they going to play him right wing back, are they, Bo Hansen? Don't know what Chelsea are doing. The right back's gone off. I'm assuming the guy that's just come on can play right back. I can't believe they were 2-0 down and they took Ida Gudjonsson off for some nobody.
Anyone who thought Phillips wasn't going to be smashing this game or on balance of probabilities off their heads, like people saying, I hate Kevin Phillips.
Oh, Tottenham. Sean Wright-Phillips with a Georgie King-Clancy type run there, would dribble past about 200 players. No idea who got the assist because he had the ball for so long. Might not be one. Simon Davis assist.
Robbie and Shaw.
You weren't lying at the start.
Oh, fuck off.
It'd be a good one. You said it'd be a good one.
Yeah, it's good. Doesn't been many goals in the second half, though, has there?
Is there? What's Phillips got in the second half? 2? Just
yeah. There's been some big goal scorers. That's the difference, isn't it? Phillips and Viduka.
He seems to be getting involved all of a sudden. Old Zepeda having a rare. So he's played every game week pretty much and done piss all, but he's turning it on for 10 minutes all of a sudden. Yeah. Pep Talk having a good night. Captain Phillips, Vice Captain Viduka. I think that'll be quite popular, right? He's got Hendry and Ricard as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm Ruud. There's a goal for Ruud owners. Could be a big goal in the relegation dogfight, that one, because Norwich were 4th bottom.
Yeah, it's really tight down there, isn't it? It's like a few teams on 32 points.
I'll piss off Everson. He's even got a cheat to be booked now as well, my captain.
Gutted.
This is going to be the world's biggest red arrow. I'll probably be back 200 overall after this.
Oh, man. What are you doing?
It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun. It's great.
It was one of the highlights of my season. That week, a couple of weeks ago, when One Chop scored the hat-trick and Phillips didn't play. When you're like miles behind, you don't have a lot to play for. They're the moments you live for, right? Getting a hat-trick from a random and no one else has got. 2 for Van Nistelooy.
Rude.
2 in a minute.
And the double.
I think a couple of people got him captain tonight.
Well, fair play to them.
And so they might get him against clean sheet keeping Dave Atkinson next week. As you do, Man United. Replace one of your centre-backs. Can't believe no one's tried to buy Wes Brown. I say he's been barely played in 3 seasons and he's really good. What is he? Yeah. Why has no one tried to sign him? You get everyone signing other shitheads when they need new defenders when they could get him.
Yeah. Probably doesn't want to go, though. You know, when you've got a player that you think you could get because they don't play and they just don't want to come to your club. That's when you're a manager, I suppose, of the team. But
could he have gone? I don't know how it works in terms of Man United refuse to sell him to like Liverpool.
Who knows? He's kind of high profile enough or good enough player to not be picked up by teams that are not as good as United but never play for them. Or in certain sense, you will see Wes Brown play. It really does depend, doesn't it? But they signed past him, didn't they, really? Roque Jr. and Hugo.
Yeah. I definitely think Middlesbrough probably win the award for best signings over the 3 seasons.
Yeah. Everson.
Was it?
Yeah. Loving it.
Oh, that makes me feel a bit better.
Good for
I've got
you.
a goal
Good
for my
you.
captain and a goal for my vice captain. That's not bad, is it? 2 different.
No, man, you deserved it.
It's still criminally. It's still going to be a massive loss on Phillips' captainers, but United really turning it on the last 5 minutes. Go on, Everson. What a lad. To be fair,
in the mirror, in the oh my god! So I was trying to hide my wife there with my hands because she reflected in the glass at the back.
I think literally every player I almost got in this week have got something. Arca was a serious consideration. He's got 2 assists. Gray was a consideration. He's got an assist. I was looking at Harpel Singh's obviously going to get a clean sheet. Everson I did get. Yeah, I think all of the players that stood out, apart from One Chop, he's probably the only player this week that would have probably stood out as a good purchase that's done nothing.
Oh, here we go. Angel with the double.
Ooh. You are quite unlucky if you got One Chop in this week. 3 goals and no involvement at all. I know that their midfielders are all likely to be involved, right? Jermaine Wright's done nothing either, to be fair. But
it's living up to what the data was suggesting.
Yeah, good night for 3+ goals. Sunderland, Man United, Man City, and Villa, all with 3+. Quite a lot of teams with two or more as well. I can't believe there's only 3 clean sheets and one of them is bloody Liverpool. Does she want to come on, Benno?
She wants to come and do the stream.
Yeah, I thought she wanted. I say it looks like she's like as close to the camera as possible without coming on.
Go on, I've got you covered now. You can come and get your laptop. You shut the door on the way out. How professional is this? Fucking hell.
You got your fingers a little bit open. You didn't have your fingers closed enough.
Game week 36, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good.
You do know you're gonna have everyone pausing, rewatching the stream and pause it at that moment to see if you've done a good enough job.
Yeah.
See if they get that little 1 second where she's visible. She's done quite well if she's managed to hold out till 80 minutes in before she needs a computer.
Yeah. Benno gone all shy. No, I'm not shy. Does she know you're super cool in the small sub corner of the internet? No, she thinks I'm sad as fuck, man, for playing a game. You know? At least you're not getting your cock out, Benno. Yeah, well, that's it, innit? I told her about that. She's like, what are you doing that for? You know, he's going to be on the internet forever, that is, you getting your knob out. It's like, it wasn't really my knob. She's still mad. It's still you pretending to do it.
That lie has tickled me as well. That she thinks I'm sad as fuck. That's tickled me. That's not quite the words my wife used. To be fair, she's very supportive of this stuff.
Also, as well, because I'm looking to shack up with the captain. Just like, you don't know what he's like. You know, this is like when I stopped at your house. Like my wife said the same thing. Like, I was coming into your house to sleep. What did your wife say about me?
Can I repeat the exact words?
Say again.
Can I repeat the exact words?
Yeah.
What do we know about him? He could be a paedophile. I think was one of the things. I think was pretty much what she said.
Yeah, and my wife was like, "Do you know for a fact he's got a wife? Like, you know what's going to happen? You know, And then she's saying things like, they might have chloroform, you might violate you. And now she's worried about captain. I don't know what's going on with her. She, God bless her, she's just looking after my my best interests, but it's hilarious. Poor captain, I keep telling her she should come and sit on the stream before it kicks off, and she can meet captain she can allay her fears.
Yeah, at least my wife, not on the actual stream. I think she's made an odd appearance in the 5-minute build-up.
Yeah.
So she's usually I'm usually doing observatory, and she's normally trying to get something up before we go live. It's good though, right? That we've included family. I think my daughter's maybe stuck her head on once. I think we got a little bit of background from David Gills' daughter, I think, at one point.
Yeah. It's all good. This is what it's all about, man. We're just doing it for fun. We're all doing it around other things, families, full-time jobs, and people putting all the effort in, just try and do the best they can over the 3 seasons that we've had. And I'm not going to get all emotional because this could be the last time we ever do a stream on ChampMan. Let's hope it isn't. But certainly for a while, it's going to be, we're not going to do one, are we? We're not going to do it for the rest of this season.
No, unless we find a reason to do a special. But there's not really topics to do it on now, I don't think.
Yeah.
But Andrew's just put in the chat, I'm checking up with Martin and Darren. I've never met them. You can't explain to the people. They think it's so weird. Yeah, I think it's bad enough trying to explain it, trying to sort of get your wife to understand it. At least, say I've been with my wife 20 years, so she knows my history of playing this game, so at least she understands what the game is. Anyone that's not maybe been in a relationship all that long with their partners and plays it, it's probably quite likely the partner has got no idea what's going on.
Now, my wife, to be fair, my wife, really thinks like the community and all the things that happen. And don't forget that I did my crowdfunder for my the course, for my counselling course, and the amount of like goodwill and money and stuff that's came from just the people that play this game is overwhelming. And she's aware of that, and she's like a mate. She waxes lyrical about it to everyone, really. But it's just one of those things, and they still call you a loser about it.
It's good.
In fact, while I'm on here, I just want to say a last thank you to people that got involved in that crowdfunder and stuff. And I will keep people abreast of what's happening with that and things like that. Start my course in October the 17th, a week after the meetup, actually. So, yeah, big love to all the people that helped me with that.
When we all need counselling because the game is on a hiatus or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah,
get us all through, right? Because we've got nothing to do on a Thursday for a block of time.
That's it.
We'll be knocking on your door, phoning you up.
Six minutes to go. Come on, we could do with another Viduka goal here, I think.
It's always dead air, isn't it? At least the last 10 minutes. It felt like there was a chunk of time in this game where there was 90th minute goals every week. I remember the one, was it Henry scored twice in the 90th minute in one game week when everyone captained him apart from me. I've got very fond memories of that game week. I think they won 2-0 Arsenal when he scored both the goals in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
Like captains everywhere. But Man United, a bit like real life in this sort of period. Gerrard, that was, I think, 2-0.
Yeah. Wavy says, thanks, Ian, for helping me and Ben with that crowdfunding. Love you, man. Yeah, man. Eno gave me more money than anybody, including people that I know, family and all sorts, man. Eno is a proper G. So, he gave me about 100 quid. I wish you could come to the thing, mate, on the 8th of October. But I think he lives in Norway or Spain or something. I think he's from Norway, but works in Spain. So I don't think he's going to be able to make it. But yeah, man, the goodwill that's been created from this game is amazing. So
if there is anyone in the chat, massive long shot here, but if there's anyone in the chat from Sweden, I wouldn't mind having a chat with you about something. Not the time to be promoting things, but yeah, anyone from Sweden. I know there's a few Scandinavian players. I think it's more Norway, and I know David Strom's from Norway, for example, was like was top second half league in season 2, wasn't he? But yeah, if there's anyone who's Swedish, they could be helpful to me for something, at least in the short term. If they wouldn't mind making themselves known, but I'm guessing there might not be anyone.
What's the crack? Have you lost your IKEA manual for a bookcase or something?
It could be. Yeah. Yeah, the Billy bookcase is toppling forward. Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
I've luckily got away with having quite so much IKEA furniture. There was a chunk of time, like a 2-year period. I think everything I bought for my house came from IKEA. I was getting sick of seeing the white sort of glossed wood. It felt like I was just seeing it everywhere. I said to my wife, I can't tolerate any more of this in like another room in the house. I know it's cheap and it's useful and it's not the hardest to put together.
Look, I've got 3 minutes before the end. I'm going to get another beer because it's the last chance for me to cane a beer while we're on stream. So I'm going to get one now.
You're down. Hold down my. Here I is out for Benno's missus in the background. In case she makes an appearance for the last 5. Here she comes. Oh, nice, Benno. We're down in. I've got my. I don't know why I've taken on this mantra of having this gin and Lucasade. This is like the 4th stream in a row I've had this.
Gin and Lucasade.
I did that one
goal.
week. Pablo
Aimar. Oh, great.
2-0. I don't know who got the assist. We may be lucky there. Assist for... 2 assists for Harry Kewell. It was that week I was on with Andrew. I'd literally... The only mixer I had to hand was, well, it ain't really even a mixer, is it? A can of orange Lucasade. But I literally had nothing else with me. And all I had in my room was Lucasade and the gin that was on the shelf behind me. And I think the missus was busy in the front room doing something. I didn't want to walk through and disturb her. So I literally, the only thing I could drink was gin and orange Lucasade.
But it's all right, actually.
Yeah, it has to be the orange gin. I can't drink it with. I tried having it with. I've got some watermelon gin or something. Yeah, that wasn't working. I think the wife's quite happy as well because we've got about 10 different bottles of gin, and we had the orange flashlight one from Aldi for Christmas, and I think it's probably the worst one we've got of all of the gin. So at least I'm powering through that as well by drinking it with a Lucasade. No more goals now, I'm predicting.
I reckon there'll be one more.
Stick another knife in the last minute.
I mean, to be fair, there's been a lot. 13, 17.
Is this the lowest number of clean sheets we've had for a bit?
34.
3 clean sheets. That's got to be up there with near the fewest.
Kind of justifies that hit, though, doesn't it, for the keeper? Well, fingers crossed.
If you're playing 3-4-3, because say it's not normally a good formation in this game.
Yeah, you say that though, but I'm playing Petkov and I'm playing Bakker, and they've done fuck all. So you know,
I haven't even seen his name in the comms. Petkov. They've done nothing, have they? Watford. Yeah, I know that this is an away game. And we expected them to get a bit battered, but they're normally a bit more attacking than this Watford. They usually have 5 or 6 chances. Yeah. I'll go on Tottenham.
Come on.
Chris Perry goal, is it?
Goal. Oh.
I said Chris Perry.
Oh, Richard.
Oh, the 2 centre-backs that no one owns.
Unlucky.
I'm surprised they're so far down the bottom with those 2. Those 2 are actually quite good defenders, Richards and Perry. I don't quite know the team with those 2 centre-backs are doing so shit.
Oh, here we go. Could be an equaliser straight away.
Bad news for Dean Richards owners. Just scores and then gets another minus points for conceding. We're still going.
I tell you what, though.
It's a Watford Leicester moment, this, is it? Straight up the other end.
Give it to Emerson, don't we? Can't. Ooh.
On the rebound, where is he? There he is.
Oh!
Yeah!
Get in, nice one. Mate, that's a right turnaround for you, that isn't it?
Oh, the boy.
Nice
I ain't
pick
done
up,
too
that
bad
is.
against
Well
Phillips.
done.
If he gets free bonus as well, I haven't lost out too much on Phillips here, to be fair.
Nice.
Oh,
Loving it. What an end. Nice for you, that is, isn't it? Hey, well,
well,
that sets it up lovely. If we do get James for the last stream, imagine if he's got you know, everything to play
you
for.
assume they're going to lose next week, Tottenham, so they're out, but they could.
1 point above relegation zone.
Let me just remember those teams, Benno, that are involved. Because I need to quickly get the fixtures up. So Watford are at home to Norwich next week. That's a massive game, right?
Yeah.
Who else was down there? Leicester.
Watford, Leicester.
They're in trouble. Leicester are at home to Leeds and then away to Tottenham. So that last game.
Watford, Leicester, Norwich, Coventry.
Coventry have got Bradford away, Arsenal at home. I wouldn't put it past Coventry getting something at home to Arsenal on the last day.
Yeah.
It's a funny game, that, because Thierry Henry could, in theory, score a hat-trick in that game if Coventry play attacking. I don't think people will have, because if people get Thierry Henry next week for Tottenham, they could keep him for Coventry. But then, if you look at the last game week, Ricard's at home to Newcastle, Phillips is at home to Bolton, even Michael Owen's at home to Watford if he makes it. That'll be the big deal in the final game week. I think that if people punt Liverpool at home to Watford, I think I might. If Michael Owen's fit, I'm going to get Michael Owen in for the last game. We watch him get injured, put an hamstring 10 minutes into the game against Watford.
Right, Tanner total up the score. Last time. Good old pen and paper.
You don't forget to add Kevin Phillips' free bonus points on. Do you reckon Dave Atkinson's going to get added to the game? Because they normally add players to the game, don't they? If they
yeah, he probably will be.
he might get some save points and some bonus here. And he could be team of the week. He's got a clean sheet. If he gets that'll sum it up for me tonight. If he's in team of the week, Dave Atkinson.
Fucking hell, this is an old book. I've got some fancy football stuff, and he's got Delafeu in it.
Thanks, guys. I just caught up with a chat. Quite a few people praising my good luck with a last-minute goal.
Yeah, fair play, man.
Captain saying he's not sure that Atkinson could get in team of the week.
Here we go.
You got the. Let me try and see if I can get the bonus up.
Yeah, I'll try and get them up at the same time.
For some reason, every week for this part, I always seem to get the update about 10 seconds late. I haven't got it yet. I wonder if someone will get 100 up tonight. Probably not, because there's not many clean sheets. I
don't. You need a solid amount of clean sheets. I mean, also there hasn't been anyone other than Phillips. I mean, everyone's got, unless triple captain Phillips is going to be big, isn't it? That's going to be 51 points. So Luke's got 51 off that. I think Luke's going to sneak past this Martin dude. Is
there any defenders that have got a clean sheet and anything else? No, there isn't, is there?
No.
So team of the week defenders going to get 6 points.
There won't be anyone with Villa defenders, Leeds defenders. I mean, people had Kelly though, didn't they? I got Kelly.
I'm just trying to think how many points it's going to take for a defender to get in team of the week.
Right, Villa 3, Newcastle 0, Hadji man of the match, 2 for Boateng, 1 for Melberg, Alpai, Thompson, Balaban, Angal, and Lee Hendry. So that's Lee Hendry with a goal. That's 3. That's 9 points for Hendry. That's nice. That's nice.
Nothing especially standout in the stats. Alpai won 9 headers, 4 key headers. He's been unlucky not to get more than an 8, to be fair. Hadji got a 10, 2 key passes. I'm not sure what else he did, but doesn't seem like he did enough to really get to warrant a 10.
Yeah.
He must have done loads of dribbles, which we can't see on that part of the. But yeah, decent night for Villa. Who got bonus? The 2 centre backs got 1 bonus, did they?
Yeah.
So a few 7-pointers. That might be enough for team of the week for a defender this week. 7
Here we go. Blackburn. Cunacini 1 save points. Southgate man of the match with 3.
Yeah.
2 for Anthony Ellisberg, Weatherall Solano, Lampropoulos, and Hamilton Rickard.
Oh, come on, Oncho. Oncho got nothing. The boy. A lot of shots in that game. 10 for Blackburn, 12 for Borough. Decent effort, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Solano, 3 shots, 3 on target for a midfielder who's good going. Southgate, absolute colossus. 8 headers. He won all of them, and 4 of them were key. Big effort from Southgate. He's a bit lucky to get man of the match, though, because he only got an 8 average rating. So one of those games where about 7 players got an 8. And the game, obviously, he's done a Horiderson there, Southgate, and he nabbed man of the match with the same average rating as a load of other people. That was Horiderson's speciality season 1. He did that pretty much every week.
Okay, next one. So bottom 2, Chelsea 1, Jaskalainen 2 save points. 1 for Shoskovsky.
Jovkovsky, Benno, yeah.
Yeah. 3 bonus. Man of the match for Nicky Butt. 2 for Jaskalainen, Luchetti, Dunn, Carrick, Ricketts, Fabiaro, Desai, Terry, and Zola. That's good. It's a good little pickup for Desai. That.
Yeah, 2 bonus. I've done all right so far. My three I've got playing a back 4 this week, and between them, they've got 7 bonus points.
Nice.
He's been quite a good signing for me, old Southgate, since I got him in. I got him in a couple of weeks ago. I think he's got bonus pretty much every game since I bought him in, and a couple of clean sheets. That was a really good. I'm trying to think who I bought him for. I think I got him when Ekiog. I got him for Ekiog a couple of weeks ago. That's served me quite well doing that one. Coventry, Everton is in. No save points in the whole game. So not many shots in this game. Malcolm Christie, man of the match, to go with his goal. Balderbet, Matthias, and Stubbs with 2 bonus each. Don't think I'm guessing most people haven't even got any involvement in that game, to be fair.
No.
Unusual for Headman not to get save points, though. Yeah, it's a really dry game, to be fair. Loads of 6s and 7s average rating. That's an awful game.
Yeah, shit.
Scott Walker's a bit unlucky. He's usually in the bonus for Coventry. 10 attempted headers, 7-1, 3 key. Pretty reasonable effort, really. And he only got a 7 average rating. But yeah, decent for anyone with Christie. I don't know if people would still have him. His leads.
Here we go. 2 points for Westerveld, save points. 3 for Aymar.
Off the bench.
Really? That's bizarre, isn't it?
He came on. He got a 9.
After 57 minutes. That's nuts. All right. 3 for Aymar. 2 for Singh, Ferdinand, Dewberry, Bowyer, Larson, Viduka, Chul, Westerveld, and Henry.
They say the 3 things in life that are guaranteed are death and taxes, or whatever the bloody famous quote is. Harpel Singh getting an 8 average rating in a Leeds home game might as well be added to that list. He gets an 8 every time at home. Literally guaranteed 1 or 2. Obviously, depends on who else gets what in the game, but he gets an 8 every time at home. Harpel Singh, always in the. He's much better than Gary Kelly. But obviously, there's a risk that he might not play all the games. But I definitely would have got him over Gary Kelly for the running. How many shots did Westerveld only get 2 save points as well?
Yeah.
Viduka 7 shots, 4 on target. Who's 1 goal. Henrik Larsson is unlucky. 4 shots, 3 on target for him. He's unlucky.
Here we go. Liverpool 2, Leicester 0. Flowers with 1 save point, but also the penalty. That's the penalty save as well. Will be added to that. Robbie Fowler, man of the match. 2 for Hippier. That's big. Stephen Gerrard, Lippman, Sinclair, and Branston.
So Robbie Fowler didn't score. I don't think I barely saw his name in the comms in the whole game. Yeah. And he's got a 9 and man of the match. For doing what? Did he work hard and track back or something?
No. So I think that's a 9-pointer for Hippier for Luke in his cup tie. That might be the difference. Him getting some bonus points there and a clean sheet. Right, here we go then. Man City 3, Ipswich 1. 1 save point for Oaks. 3 bonus for Flitcroft. 2 for McNamara and Danny Tiato.
He's my vice captain, Danny Tiato. Goal and 2 bonus.
Nice.
What's that
I
worth?
think
A
you've
goal
probably
and
done
two?
all right then, you know.
Huh?
You've probably done all right then, haven't you?
I'm not far
Goal,
behind those that captain Phillips and vice Viduka. Tieto and Viduka are going to be similar-ish, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's a goal?
Shocking.
What's a goal for a mid? 5.
5.
So he's got 9. Tieto.
Got 9 points. Yeah,
Yeah, not bad.
which will give you 13 points for you if vice captain.
Yeah. They've done all right to score 3 there, Man City, because they only actually had 6 shots in the game. Pullen, the Ipswich goalkeeper, got a 4. So he's obviously had a shocker. So Paolo one shot didn't actually manage a shot in the whole game, which is really unfortunate for his own.
I'm sure some people will have probably vice captain into that tonight. I nearly
I can't
did.
believe he's not had a shot.
Here we go then. So, giving away in the league some of this. 2 save points for Marshall and Barthez. Ruud with the 3 points. Nedved, Scholes, and Giggs with 2 pointers. So, fair play to anyone that got Scholes in because, you know, straight away you've been given.
He's got a 9-pointer as well, was he?
Yeah, got a 9-pointer. Yeah.
How has Barthez got as many save points as Vesterveld? Did he make any saves? I don't remember him making like. What did Van Nistelooy do? 5 shots, 4 on target. Kind of fair enough, really.
Right, here we go then. Sunderland 4, Watford 1. 2 save points for Atlantides, 3 bonus for Phillips, 2 for Arca, 1 for Tone, 1 for Cahill.
I'm not sure there's many that captain Julio Arca, but you're unlucky because he's got a 10 average rating and didn't get man of the match.
Yeah.
You won't see that too often, right?
No.
14 shots, 11 on target. Phillips, 8 shots, 7 on target. I might have actually got away with it. He only scored 3.
Issa with an 8-pointer, but not good enough for bonus. That's a bit of a wonder.
Yes, that's good going, right? 8 shots, 7 on target for Phillips. That could have been 5 or 6 goals.
Yeah, he could have been. They could have been battered by 7 there, but the easy.
Just one game to go, is it, my boys? Is he going to get man of the match, old Everson? Let's hope so. You're surely going to get some bonus points for scoring 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've got a factor in this game if you score a 90th minute winner, if that gives you some sort of boost. I think Martin, by the way, had Phillips captain and Everson vice.
Really?
So
Go and do the last one. You do the last one.
I haven't got it yet. I think he got 2 bonus points. He didn't get the 3. So Tottenham 4, Bradford 2, 3 save points. So that's the most this week, I think. Peggy RFX said. So maybe Tottenham did shoot a lot. Simon Davis with the max bonus. Everson with 2 and Wright Phillips with 1. Tottenham 21 shots, 14 on target. So in terms of shooting, they were the best team this week, Tottenham. That's more shots than Leeds and Sunderland managed, I think. 21-14 on target. Yeah. So yeah, big night. Stefan Everson, 7 shots, 5 on target, Benno.
Nice.
Still not quite Kevin Phillips, but he's basically matched Viduka. And so he's unlucky, a bit like Julio Arca. Everson's got a 10, but didn't get man of the match for it. So 2 games in a row we got there with a 10, not enough for man of the match. Plenty of other games tonight, and 8 got man of the match. Luck of the draw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Simon Davis, 5 key passes. That'll be the reason why he got man of the match. He's obviously pulling the strings in that Tottenham midfield. Just quickly go through the top scorer. So Phillips ahead of Viduka, 23 and 20. Ricard on 23, 22, 20 with 2 to play. I think Viduka will get back past Phillips. He's got an extra game, isn't he? And Phillips has got, who's he got next week? Chelsea, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he will. I think it'll be the big man.
Yeah, I think Viduka will win the Golden Boot as well. Ricard might even get past Phillips as well. He's 3 behind, but he's got 2 home games left. So it could be a chance for a late run.
Nice.
Well, thanks again, mate, if this is the last time.
Yeah. Let's hope it happens again. But yeah, we'll do something together, won't we? I'm sure. And we're looking forward to seeing you again at the meetup. We'll probably do some Sky stuff, won't we, at some point?
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah,
But
definitely
yeah.
stuff.
Well, thanks, guys. If we don't see you again on the stream, thank you for letting me entertain you. And, and we'll see you soon.